All right, we here in the Florida Basement Podcast. My first interview with. Go ahead, and introduce yourself.
Well,
sir.
you already know they call me Money Moon Sniper if you ever catch me on the PSN and gaming, but also go by the Moon Man. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to thank my boy Oba, aka Sekou, for inviting me out here for the Florida Basement Podcast. You know, I've been listening to his stuff on Spotify for a while, and it definitely gives me some vibes that I could come out here and talk about whatever, you know. And I kind of like that, you know. It's like no type of filter kind of stuff. So I'm here, man, and it is what it is.
No, man, it's awesome. Like again, like I'm telling you, like I've been liking it, and I've been liking more the interview side, a lot, and essentially, it just kept going. Like I really want to do this. It's mine. Like I love it.
Yeah.
It's one of the being, like I told you, the Florida Basement Podcast. Like there's no basements in Florida.
Yeah, I love the pool in the basement. I was just about to say that, man.
So if you hear that like shh in the background, for you listeners, it's the pool. There's like this little. It's a thing that circulates. It looks like a waterfall, but it's not really. It's just to circulate the water. That's what you're hearing now.
It actually gives like a cool little vibe to the atmosphere. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes me kind of chill.
Oh, thanks, because that's usually what I like. Most of the podcasts have been here.
Okay.
So most of the podcasts have been here, but I do travel, so it's fun. I'm doing another one tonight after work, with one of my friends. He's Bricks to Mansions.
Okay. What's that?
That's his little fashion line.
Bricks to Mansions.
Yeah, Bricks to Mansions. Pretty dope,
Okay,
right? Yeah,
I like that. It had me thinking, like, what is that? Is that like a restaurant? Like, what is it? But you told me clothing. That's like a whole little spin to that. I like that. Bricks to Mansion.
Bricks to Mansions.
Bro, I can't wait to hear that, man. That podcast when that
he's on my podcast. He's on my pod. We got 2 episodes already with him.
Okay.
You could listen to them, but now you could listen to it with better audio.
Okay.
Because I like remember when you told me, your public service announcement, the wind makes it so hard to hear, and I was like, oh,
yeah, man. But I felt that energy, and that's another thing for everybody who's like new to this podcast. Like he brings an energy to it that's like you can't really compare it to. Like if you watch or hear like the Joe Rogan podcast, you can see like some elements that he brings into that, but it's very much his own kind of thing. Like I said, I can't come out to a mic and like speak openly about certain shit without, you know, trying to argue with somebody and not even, you know, pressing the wrong buttons. But like if you ever listen to the podcast, it's definitely relatable, and they have you tune in because like he had this one dude on here talking about his experience in jail, and I'm listening to it like I'm watching an episode like 60 Days In or some shit, man.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying? That shit was dope,
thanks.
bro. It's like it at the time, like it was not something I thought I would have been interested in, but as more as I listened to it, and the more like you engage the dude that was on your show, the more I got into it. I was like, yo, that's crazy, bro. You capture an audience without even having to have an audience. You feel me?
No,
like,
I appreciate it.
That's
definitely.
just crazy.
I just like having conversations, man. I really do. It's always been fun. I've always liked the concept, and you could like it's yours. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing. Is like it's yours. Yeah, I'm not a stand-up comedian. Yeah, I'm not in mastering my only field, but I love this.
Yeah,
I really do love this.
And it's gonna go a long way. If you love something, you're passionate about it, you definitely gonna take care of it like it's your baby. You feel me? So
definitely.
I feel that, man. I feel that vibe. Feel that 100%. Another good news is I fucking quit my job today, man.
Yeah, tell me that. You told me
quit
that yesterday.
Shit,
You're like, I was like, yo, it was funny because all I kept thinking, hold on, before you say it, when you told me this, I was like, wait a minute, I just leveled up, money's leveled up. Oh, it's about to be on. Let's go.
But you already know. Well, but here's the thing, man. So, like, I basically work in a field where I take care and write down programs for people with like IDD, which we call intellectual disabilities. Okay. So it could you know start from the spectrum as autism to dementia.
For the elderly though.
For the elderly. And for the young too, but the facility that I actually work with, we have more clients that are in like their 60s.
Yeah.
The youngest one we did have will probably be in their 20s. But anyways, I love the field. And then it actually got me thinking about, you know, doing stuff in like psychology, learn more about psychology, how the human brain works and stuff like that, because I am a firm believer of how energy is kind of created and not destroyed. So when it comes to the whole like spiritual side of the human being in its essence and something separate from religion, like that per you, that freedom, that separation between the id, the ego, just who you are as a person, that whole psyche of realm and knowledge kind of interests me.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to dive deeper into that on some weird yoga type meditation shit. You feel me? But anyway, so let's get back to the story. So I love that field, but the people that were running the company didn't know how to run a company. It was just a one man show, and then you had like these henchmen that was just supposed to carry out orders. They were getting rid of people that were there for like 30 plus years that knew the clients the most. So when you think about it in like a hiring like standpoint, like in a hiring processing standpoint, it's like when you bring people in, you want to have that core staff members that that's going to show them what to do, how to
handle to handle a certain situation. You've been with this person for years. You've developed a relationship.
Exactly. You got that. So when you get rid of those type of people and like new people come in, whether they've been in the field for years or not, they're going to approach it as a new perspective.
Correct.
So they're not going to know things like the knowledge that's not known will make someone prejudge a situation that whereas it could be completely fine. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
So anyways, so the people the admins that were running the whole business, they were kind of like dickheads and shit like that. So I didn't like that.
No, I understand what you're talking about. Like in that aspect, when they're saying like, when you always bring in new people, and I've seen it done multiple times. That's why this COVID thing made me want to do the podcast. Joe Rogan made me want to do the podcast because it's like, yo, I've been with companies that they don't even they lie to you, they manipulate you, you do something wrong, but they don't even teach you. They don't lead. They don't teach you. They don't ask you questions. They just just like
you hit it on the nail.
You know what I'm saying? Like and stuff like that. So I know that feeling. That feeling sucks, and it's just like, yo, what am I supposed to do? And then you gotta lick ass or lick doo doo, or suck someone's cock.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you gotta bow down to people that you don't really give a fuck, like not even give a fuck about, that you have no respect or lost respect to. Because this is a different, like when you're working in any type of work environment, like you're gonna have to deal with different personalities. But the most important thing is just like the people that are spending their time to work with you, coming in for that 9 to 5. Dedicated to the job, you have to take care of those individuals. At the end of the day, give them respect.
You always have to take care of your employees. I've always said this. That was my in Finish Line, when I worked at Finish Line, that was my mindset. It's like, yo, I take care of my employees. When the schedule came out, I did it fair. Yo, you've been here, like you're one of the best workers, you're one of the best salesmen. What is your schedule? And boom, you perform. You get better. You get better treatment. You get your days off that you want.
Exactly, and that's how it's supposed to be, man. Hard work is supposed to be paid. It's supposed to be paid for, right? You're supposed to, appreciate those type of people that surround you, because at the end of the day, whether people don't want to say it, you do form a relationship with your coworkers. Because you think about it, out of the whole year, you probably spend more time with them than someone's like significant other. Especially if y'all both working. You know what I'm saying? Like, with this pandemic, one person might be working right now, one person staying home, or vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Y'all trying to make bread, but you spend more time with your coworkers, I feel, than any other type of family member or any other person that's not, you're directly living under the roof of your house with.
You're absolutely right. And that's one thing about that. That's one of the reasons why, like the sexual harassment in workplace. No, you good, man.
All right,
the sexual harassment in workplace, like you're with another female for like all the time and this and that. And it's like, how you not supposed to fuck this bitch who wants to fuck you? You know what I'm saying?
Is that okay? So like that's another thing. That's what you gotta test. You know what I'm saying? That's like some temptation shit, right?
I'm gonna take this conversation all the way this way now.
We can actually come back to that when we start talking about bitches, because he did bring up a good point. Because you got that work wife, that work husband shit. But anyways,
like you said, you spend more time with these people than you spend time with your family, which is you're absolutely correct. Yeah. So it's like, I'm just saying, in a dude's perspective.
Yeah, you already know, bro. I already got you on that point, man. But I just want to just talk about how like this whole experience made me feel as a person, like actually quitting my job, right?
Yeah, how did that make you feel, bro?
Because this
Liberating?
actually, it did feel very liberating because before I even got to that, that thought, I had this event going on at Rachel's North for Cody Banks, who's an Orlando artist. Setting up an event over there for him, like a little photo shoot. He come celebrate his artistry, everything. We have a good time. So I end up setting that up, and okay, so everything was going to plan. You have those situations where you plan everything out in like weeks before, like you send the email, you think you got the location secure, and then when you get there, it's like a whole fucking different story, right? So long story short, man, I fucking made some reservations to get VIP. They called me and told me what I wanted. I was like, all right, I want some champagne bottle, and not to and tell you guys this, I already fucking like put down a deposit, so everything was already supposed to be set, right? So when I get there, the 8 o'clock staff just coming in. Our reservations at 8 o'clock. Everything's. I got a text message like at maybe 3, 4 o'clock at that day asking what you need for your table and all this other stuff. So all right, cool. I got the bottle, we got the mixers. So I was like, I got the section. So I'm thinking like, okay, everything's set, we good. So, I called my boy up, told him to come through. Everybody get in there early because, you could get in there without a cover, but everybody in the section would have been there for free anyways. So everybody just showed up early so we could scout out the area and, make plans to take photos here or a video up here. So what was supposed to happen, which kind of did happen, but I'll let y'all know where the fuckery kind of come in, is when Cody Banks come through, he gets the photo shots there. He goes upstairs to VIP, takes some more photo shots. Then everybody go downtown, not downtown, but everybody go downstairs for VIP, and they were just chilling. You know what I'm saying? So when I get there, like I said, they didn't have nothing set up. So I was already kind of when I do when I event plan, like I expect everything to go a certain way, not necessarily everything got to be perfect because you will have hiccups, but I thought everything would be already set. At least have the bottles, you know what I'm saying, just sitting there, you know what I'm saying. Our VIP host, she should be the first one greeting us at the door. I had to wait for this bitch to be fucking dressed in a Halloween costume before anything was even set up after that. You feel me? So I'm already pissed. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna just move on to the next thing. So I was like, let's just go work. Let's get these photos. Let's get these videos done. So I'm taking everybody upstairs where there's another VIP room. And we pretty much walking around the place like we kind of own it, right? Cause I got everything in email. I got everything set. So we going upstairs. Nobody stopping us. Cool. My boys get to doing they shots and they videos and shit like that. And then
Yo, how is that feeling? Just hold on, time out. How is that feeling? Like all that is going on, right? All that you're up here going to this VIP, getting this VIP. You're over here like waiting for this, like. While all this is going on, like, all right, what's your mindset? Like, are you just trying to get through it? Like, what is it like? Yo, is this going good? Are you living like, let's go? You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, it was okay. How you set it up is like it's supposed to be in stages. Like, we come in there, we do our business, correct, right, and then we go celebrate, have fun.
Correct.
So when I was going there, like in my head, everything already set up. I already got that text message. Everything. Boom, boom, boom. When I get there, the girl, she's not ready. I ain't gonna fucking drop her name, bro. But
don't.
She's not ready. I'm waiting for her to get dressed and set up our section. So I was like, fuck it, our section ain't set up. We not really crunch on time, but we was there at such an early time. If we wanted to make moves to move downtown, which we did later on, like we could do that. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Go there, have a good time, get a lot of buzz. That was like the pregame to everything. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Because we were making moves that night. So after that, okay, so we upstairs, right? Let's get back to that point. We was upstairs. Everything's going on. People taking their pictures. My boy, he posing, he doing his thing. Then we start getting looks like, what's going on? Because not a lot of people. Okay, so when it comes to strip clubs, like they have a policy about taking pictures and cameras, correct, of the girls because they're, correct, considered independent dancers, contractors.
It's copyright infringement, actually.
And exactly that too, right? But when I set this whole thing up, I wrote an eloquent ass email. Followed up, got responses from 2 people there that worked there that told me I could do that. That's the only reason why I agreed to put down a deposit. If not, we could have found another place like La Palace.
Correct.
And we could have probably didn't do that 10 times better over there, honestly. So, anyways, so that's why I'm moving how I'm moving. You know, you said with my boy, he got his photo crew with him. Like that's how I'm moving through the club and shit. So everybody, so then we getting looks from not like the bouncers, not really necessarily the bouncers, like one of the VIP hosts that was up there. She kind of set me aside and asked like, "What's going on?" And I was like, "Oh, you didn't get the email from so and so." She was like, "No." I was like, "Well, I talked to this," and I showed her my phone, the text message. So she couldn't say nothing, bro. Bro, real poise on everything, bro. Anyway, so we continue.
Just walking in like, yo, like my dick is right here. Where's yours?
But you gotta bring that energy when you do shit. You know what I'm saying?
You have to.
Yeah,
though.
you have
like
to.
you're in a club setting. Like right now, like it's honestly it's a liberating feeling. It's not even ego. It's just confidence and
Exactly.
passion. That's what it is.
Exactly. And then you trying to execute what you said you was going to get done. So you know what I'm saying. So even okay, so we doing that and they giving us looks and stuff like that. Okay, then one person walking to the office, another person walking to the office, and then I was like, y'all keep working, bro. Don't even stop. Like y'all already here. I like just feel comfortable. If anything, they're gonna have to talk to me. Correct. And then you know, we could decide what we're gonna do. So that's what we're doing. So my boy going downstairs, getting shots of him walking upstairs of VIP. He got shots in the back. So basically, we got everything we needed, right?
All right. Now, question: Are these photos, or this is not for like a music video? This
is actually it's both. So when I say shoot, it's include photo and some videography to it.
Perfect.
It's a whole little small production, but you know what I'm saying. But
it's something new.
It's something new, and it's a promo, and it's actually to promo one of his singles that he's supposed to be dropping tonight. I'm gonna check on that. I'm gonna send you a link later.
Yo,
it's like a free.
It's
like a freestyle thing. It's a freestyle thing. So he's supposed to be dropping that promo with that. So if we got to get more shots somewhere else, that's what we're gonna do. But I think that's
all right, guys. You heard it here first. Cody Banks is gonna be dropping a new single. All right, I want to check it out. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, for sure, man.
I'm telling you, I can't wait.
Yeah, man.
I've been looking at his Instagram and I was like, all right, like when you get when I start listening to music and you get my head bobbing, it's like, okay, all right, I can ride with this.
See,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
you got that, you got that real vibe head bop, and then you got people who just listen to your shit and they looking at you and they like, you know what I'm saying? That fake ass head bop is like a difference, bro. But like, yeah, if you grew to it, like anybody could listen to his stuff. Like it's definitely a way. It makes you want to bump in your car while you're driving. It's definitely wavy. It's definitely wavy.
Goodness.
And like I said, I'm not hearing stuff like that on the radio. You know, not to shut nobody else off.
You don't need it. You don't need radio.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't need radio.
I'm not hearing anything like that.
You don't need radio.
And
you don't need radio.
Everybody says, yeah, radio's dead.
Don't need radio.
Radio's dead. But to an extent, man. But
no. Honestly, I'm just being honest. Like right now, when we speak about radio, to me, yes, in certain aspects, you're gonna think Howard Stern. You're gonna think Charlemagne the God in the Breakfast Club. That's what we think of when we think of radio.
See, I like radio.
In Orlando is 95.3.
Yeah.
Is 102 Jam still a thing, or am I that?
It's like
far gone?
It's like 101.9. It's not the same thing. It's taken over from what it was in the past. When we grew up, it was just all South hip hop.
Oh my goodness,
like, dude! Not now. It's like you get all that poppy stuff, which is popular. I get it.
Oh, they changed it, so essentially it was because remember it was 95.3 and then 102 Jams, which is 101.9.
Yeah.
And it was like grungy hardcore hip hop,
South
New York.
It changed because
and then 95 was the pop. Like they changed the pop. They started throwing in reggaeton and stuff.
Yeah. So it had like it switched. It's crazy how like they
it
both
switched
had
now?
like a
Oh my goodness.
Because I think one DJ that was there who was like popping the music off and shit like that, he left, and then after that another radio personality left. So you know the radio stations, like the companies, they're owned by. There's a couple of them owned by the same company.
Correct, yeah.
So like they just replaced them, bro, because they kind of go off like the billboards, like what's popping at the time.
What's popping at the time?
And then, you know, people like pay radio stations to play their shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, that's right. People do play.
You know what I'm saying? And it goes like spots. That because like now artists, like you said, radio is not necessary because artists could go make their money off of streaming. You know, they could go do their stuff like touring. That's why like any artist that's coming up, like looking to grab a bag from like a label, you got to really think about it. Do you really want to sell your brand short, or do you want to?
Oh no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Hey,
Jelly Lips is here. Jelly Lips, this is money.
Hey, nice to meet you.
This is the one I'd be playing in the Monster Hunter world.
You already know.
Like, you know, when you would be mad because, like, I play too much.
Yeah, I'm the reason why he plays too much.
That's him.
Himself is the reason why he plays too much. You can be on. He'd be like, "No, he got off." Like,
be on the mic. Be on the mic. If you're gonna talk, be on the mic.
You're talking to me.
That was cool. Yeah, that was cool. But but anyways, like back to my advice for any artist coming up.
Cody Banks is by himself, right? Or
yeah, he's an independent. He's independent.
I say stay independent because then you have. Here's the thing. The only thing, yes, connections, but you can make connections with your music and your hustle.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like.
Yeah. So if that's what he's doing. He's establishing his own brand, and he's actually like he's fully independent. Like he's working his ass off. Like I think he's one of the hardest Orlando artists that's like working off that's just waiting for that that opportunity to blow up. Cause like if you listen to his music, man, like that it's his own vibe. Like the way the man do his ad libs alone sound like 3 people in the booth, bro.
Yo, for real. I was like, yo, because I know it's his voice. Like, I don't know, the way he uses his voice on the ad libs is like, I don't know. I think it's very harmonic to me, but I'm very
like. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't pinpoint it to
you
nobody else.
You can't pinpoint it to nobody else.
You just gotta listen. That's what I'm saying. You really gotta listen to it.
You're absolutely right, guys. You gotta listen to it. It's like, yo, like there's no, all right, he sound like Drake, or that's a J. Cole beat, or that's a Wale flow, or that's a Lil Wayne verse. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like there is like,
bro, and
it's different. I'm enjoying it. Like if we could get him on the podcast, I would definitely like to.
Oh yeah, man. Tomorrow, honestly, tomorrow we could do that for you, bro.
Oh, like, definitely.
Like after 9, we're gonna have a location secure come through, and he'll talk about all that.
Definitely.
And like I said, it's good to work with artists in all types of field, especially in Orlando, because Orlando has such hidden gems. I just feel we just don't have like a networking like pipe. You don't want to work with everybody. We get that. But when it comes to like business and knowing like what's going on around the city, like what's events coming through, so you could like you could come down. And then just do your thing, like for your whole podcast thing. Like, you ever thought about like going downtown and interviewing people that night about asking little small questions?
Honestly,
you know what I'm saying?
No, but it was an idea, and it like the idea started like So this is how it all turned out. Like it all turned out because it's like, all right, right now I don't have Facebook. I don't do Facebook. I don't do Facebook.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
And if I thought about if I am going to make a Facebook account, it's only going to be Florida Basement. Like that's all it is, just for promo. That's it, And then I started thinking, and also I could actually put my podcast on there too. So if people want to listen, they can on Facebook.
It's another link.
It's another link. Exactly.
I get you because I'm not active on my personal Facebook at all. Like if you go to my Facebook, you see some anime shit, some music shit, but you don't see my what am I thinking thoughts.
Wait, you want another Yingling?
Yeah, I'll take another one.
Yeah, another one, please.
Yeah, I totally get you on that point, but on the whole business side of thing and just like promoting and marketing, because marketing, bro, it's so easy to do, bro. Like think about that Amscot pen that you got randomly in your purse if you're a female, or in your car somewhere. You feel me? Like you're not thinking about it, but it's someone else to see that shit. Like, oh, I could cash my check at Amscot because I saw an Amscot spend. That subliminal like promotion, that messaging is cool. So I think it's just like a show of face that just let people know you're there. You know what I'm saying? Just
you're absolutely right. Correct.
So you because me and you don't actively use our Facebook like that. Don't necessarily mean other people don't. Or you could look at other media, social media aspects, and use the same way. So you could just hide behind the brand. Yeah, you feel me?
And right now, and this is another evolution I have to get through is like using my Instagram. Is it going to be personal or is it just going to be Florida Basement? So like right now I've been doing both. It's personal and Florida Basement.
And that's kind of cool.
It is kind of cool.
You could always switch accounts though, because I have the same thing. Like I have a personal account, but I could switch it to business anytime.
Oh, you have those two?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I have them merged together.
And that's actually what I was thinking is like what I was gonna do is like have my Florida Basement, just Florida Basement, and then I was gonna create another one just for myself.
Okay, yeah.
I was thinking about doing that.
You can.
So
you can,
but it's just too much work.
Yeah, you could just switch the two on and off.
I'm so lazy.
See, and then he's just like I understand because I put stuff aside too. Like I've been putting aside like getting certain equipment that I need. I was like, I just need to do it. Stop making excuses. You know,
stop making excuses and just do it.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at. Cause like, okay, so honestly, the first like check I get, or actually the last check I get from this job I quit, I'm just gonna buy what I need, bro. Like I'm not even gonna fucking flex on anything else. I know my bill's gonna be handled. You know what I'm saying? It's
As
just
long
like,
as your bills are handled, you're good.
I'm good, yeah, but you know what I'm saying. But then I gotta just start, going out there like high, high risk, high risk, high reward kind of.
No, you just got to go out there and you got to be
Like-
confident. You got to have a goal and you just keep going. You fail. Like, you know how many Instagram, like when I look on my Instagram, I get a lot of I always do those time investors, those entrepreneurs. Those are perfect affirmations. I'm not gonna lie. When you wake up and mine's
Bro.
flooded with that.
Damn.
Like mine is flooded with like that's all I look at.
Damn.
I don't look at nothing negative. I don't look at other chicks. No, it's time investors. Like you fail all the time. Failures make excuses. Or failures make champions. Like all that
Yeah,
stuff.
and you
That's
just got-
all I love. That's all I look at.
And that's what I'm saying. And like you point out earlier, that's why like this COVID thing, people have to learn to adapt and move around. Stop expecting shit to go back the same way, because that's where you're gonna be left. You're gonna be left in the hurry, bro. So you gotta just adapt and move and start your own shit.
For real. Look,
Start
guys.
your own shit.
All right, you guys know I'm an avid Joe Rogan podcast listener. I really do listen to all of them when I can. I listen to my work. Sometimes I don't have his undivided attention, but I'm still listening, right? Anyways, there was this one podcast during the COVID. He was saying, he essentially said, guys, you know what? This is perfect. This is perfect for like, if you want to become an artist, if you want to start drawing, if you want to start doing a podcast, if you want to start making music, if you want to pick up an instrument, if you want to just start cutting grass, if you want to just grow a farm,
Damn.
just go ahead and do it, because guess what? Now you know, like, can you imagine, even though it's over, but the psychology behind a lot of people when they say go home because you're not an essential worker.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. That is messed up.
That hits a lot of people.
That
hard,
is
bro.
messed
and
up.
ego, bro.
And
like
I can't. And I'm not gonna lie. We used to talk shit to some people that were being assholes to us, to be like, "Well, I'm an essential worker, bitch." But like now,
Yeah.
it's like I look back at it and I was like, "Wow, that was a bad attitude." Like we don't know where that person is. Like,
yeah, at that point in life,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
a lot of
everything's
people-
crashing down.
Right, a lot of people are facing hardships, and you know what? And that's kind of one of the reasons why I got back into like gaming, because I want to escape from that reality. Because at the time I had roommates who were getting furloughed and shit like that. Not knowing what's gonna happen to the future of the industry and stuff like that. I got friends, that had to actually leave the place they living in and like live in their car for a while, bro. Like the hustle is real out here, man. Like the struggle is real too. So like
And it's a different hustle. That's what a lot of people don't understand. Like Florida is a different hustle. Like
yes, bro.
it's a different hustle here.
It's a different type of hustle. Like you just can't come out here and like not be like be stuck up into yourself. Like you gotta try to meet people, bro.
And it is hard here in Florida. It is hard.
Oh,
Well,
bro,
no, not really. It's easy to meet people here in Florida. It's just
well, now, yeah, 'cause bro, it's just how you present yourself. You know what I'm
Correct.
saying? Like your mindset, where you at the time, who you think you could connect with, like what's your agenda, how you want to move. That's entirely up.
it's
to
like how you
them.
like exactly. It's entirely up to you. You have the choice. You could go ahead and be with people that don't have goals, or you could meet people that have goals and you just want to keep moving forward and keep
Yeah,
moving forward and keep
could-
moving forward and keep moving forward and keep
Bro,
moving forward.
exactly. You just gotta find a group of people or surround yourself with a group of people that are like minded, one, and are about the hustle, about moving, about understanding this is a level type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Correct.
we could all eat at the same table. We might have our different meals, you know what I'm saying, but we know somebody doing something. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. I could get, we're gonna have that Cody Banks podcast coming through. You know what I'm saying?
definitely.
That's
Let's get it.
that's already an easy connection and
All
network,
right,
right? You know what I'm
perfect.
saying?
Let's go.
And we could drink to that.
I'm drinking water because I gotta work later.
You gotta hydrate, man. It's all good.
But I am smoking.
Water is healthy, man. You outlive a lot of people drinking water. You know, what I'm
That's
saying?
all I do, man. I drink water all the time. Like
I've been, I got to like focusing on what I'm eating, bro. Like I don't like processed shit anymore. I stopped eating fast food a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't tell you where I thought about a McDonald menu meal. I can't tell you where I want to stop there and eat it.
You're a
Bro.
greater man than I am because I had Popeyes last night.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I started eating. You know what? I really started eating some Asian food, bro. Just the other day, okay, this dude at my job, he works at the kitchen, and he has a business, and he and he
I won't ask no more.
yo, you good, bro?
All right.
You good? Yeah.
You good?
But he has a business too. Him and his wife, they cook Filipino food like authentic. They're from the Philippines. So he brought me a tray of like 60 fucking chicken egg rolls. They call them lumpia,
Okay.
and they were so fire. I can't, bro. Everything they made was so good. They even made the sweet and sour sauce by the scratch, bro, and it was so delicious, man. Bro, so like he brought me that. So I've been eating a lot of Asian foods. Period, bro. I love sushi. I'll go stop at a Vietnamese spot and eat like a bowl of pho or get some pad thai or something like that, bro. Like that's all I've been eating, really, right?
You look skinny.
Bro. I need to honestly.
I'm not gonna lie. When I saw you back then, which was the first time I saw you, like I thought you were a little bit bulkier. I felt like you looked a little bit like chest heavy.
Yeah. I've always been chest heavy, but I know
not chest heavy like fat guys, like chest heavy in the sense of like he has muscles on his chest up, like those big dudes like we used to play football.
See, like I'm more cut than I was with mass. I lost my mass, and I know because like my protein intake that's consistent, but protein is just gonna build my muscles. I need that extra calorie that I'm burning when I go to the gym. So for me, I have a fast metabolism. So me having to eat like realistically like 3,000 calories a day is so hard because I feel full. Like honest, and then even with like a protein shake, like the ones that I'm taking is like 280, and I drink 3 of them today.
Mm-hmm.
So I get my 120 in protein, and then the rest is for me eating like a meal or something. So like me realistically trying to get to like 3,000 calories is hard, bro, because when I feel full, I'm full.
Yep.
And not to mention, like, I'm so used to fasting because I practice a belief. I'm more agnostic than anything else when it comes to religion. I believe all religions, have truths and connect, similarities. I don't focus on the difference. All that's just art, another form of art and beauty to me. And then not only that, like we could get deeper into this on another podcast you want, but
you go now, man. I got time. Trust me, I got time. We're good.
But I could step back to that agnostic shit later. But honestly, so I fast a lot. So I'm also into that intermittent fasting and stuff, where you force your cell to repair itself while you fasting your body, giving you a break from a time from breaking down food. Because people don't realize when you eat, like the food's still in your stomach. It takes a while for your acids to break it down. So
I know my shits are pretty bad lately. I'm not gonna lie. Again, eating fast food, but then it's like fasting as well. Yeah, so it's just recycling bad shit.
That's what I'm saying. he said recycling bad. You got to cut that out, man. You know what I'm saying?
I did have a Herbalife protein shake though.
But I've been going to the gym. And then like I got a PR in fucking a 3-minute plank. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
you
not
PR'd a 3-minute plank?
I swear to God. Next time I do it, I'm gonna record it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to record it. All right, we're gonna have to record it. No, what I've been doing is essentially, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been going to the gym. Money ain't like that. So
I got you, bro.
Honestly, I've been doing Rocky, working outside. So honestly, I just been running. I run 4 laps around this spot, and then I just been doing push-ups and dips.
That's
literally
not bad.
it. Because like right now,
you never go to like them. There's parks out there like you do your calisthenics.
Yeah. There's a few parks.
Like
there's actually
some bars and shit.
Yeah, there's actually one right over here. It's called the Econ Lake River. Okay. It's like the Econ Lahachi Trail. Right over here, they have one.
You gotta hit out there, bro. Shit, I got some time. I could do some calisthenics too, bro.
Oh, don't gas me up, bro.
Don't
gas me up.
So this,
I'm looking like I told you, like,
bro.
All right.
So,
bro, I prayed for like open roads. Oh, I willed it. Like I meditated. Like, what do I want to do? What is it? And it's like, Don't gas me up,
Bro, I ain't
bro.
gassing you, bro. You set a time, bro. So here's the thing. So when I have, I'm gonna have a lot of free time, right? Because I'm gonna go to this orientation that's like 9 to 5 joint. You know, after 5, whatever, we can link up, or on days that I don't have orientation or whatever, or when I'm free, come hit up here early. You know what I'm saying? See, I could do it both ways. I could go get my workout out, and then I could meet you to go do some calisthenics, bro.
Oh,
Or
definitely.
you know what I'm saying? Like, we could do it both ways, bro. So it don't really matter to
All
me.
right. Yeah.
So if that's the motivation you need, bro.
Yeah. After the
Yeah.
podcast, we could definitely go.
Oh,
We'll talk a
let's-
little bit more on that
okay,
after the podcast.
Okay,
We'll figure something out. We'll see what we could do, and then we can make it a thing on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Like, we make it something.
I got you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Cause
No,
like,
that's perfect.
your fitness, like training, like your body, your spirit and mind. And when I say like feeding your mind knowledge is good. People who don't like to read, I encourage you just read something that you like. You know what I'm saying? It might be trash at first, but just try to learn some shit from you. You know what I'm saying?
Or
Like,
write things down. Here's what I've been doing. I'm not gonna lie. I've been writing on my blog.
yeah,
Stupid stuff, like just to do it. It's so unorganized. It's so random, guys. You read it, you're gonna be like, yo, this dude's on coke. Like, that's like when you read it. That I'm being honest. I'm just being honest.
yeah.
And essentially, like, but I've been writing, just writing what on my head, and then just writing, and then running. Like what I do is I call it killing demons. Is when I run, my mind goes into a different place. Like, I get a high from it. Like I
That's that
smoke a
runner
bowl.
high.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I smoke
Oh,
bowl when I
damn.
run. Yes, I do.
Super runner high.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
So that's a different type of
Like, that's
level,
I,
bro.
oh yeah, I work out like that. Like
Alright.
so right now my mind's already going. Now I
Yeah.
have the sweat, and I don't know I don't know. To me, like, that when you feel the sweat and you're just drenched in sweat and you're just going and you're just going and you're just going and you're just going, it's a different feeling for me. I don't know. It's a feeling where, and then my mind goes into something negative or a thought or where I want to be and how can I get there, and it's like there's a demon right there trying to doubt you to do it, and you're just like, no, I'm gonna keep going. And while you're running, you're just killing that demon. You're killing the demon of doubt. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. Those are my demons. Doubt.
That's crazy. That's crazy. You know what? And you're not the first person I talk to who actually are like who's an experienced runner who runs a lot that experienced that same high. But the way you describe it to me, like, it makes sense, bro.
Yeah,
It
like,
makes sense.
to me, that's how I see it. I call it killing demons because, I mean, I go to dark places. Dark
Yeah.
places in my life. I go to
Yeah.
dark places that could happen to me. I go,
Yeah,
like,
you
that's
go
how
with,
I
damn.
am.
Okay. You thinking about all those outcomes, bro.
Sometimes
That shit's
no.
that's a real dark
one of
shit,
my
man.
best runs. I'm gonna be. You're gonna die laughing. I mean, like,
Oh,
one of
shit.
the funniest runs I've ever had. There's 2 of them. I was in my Drake moment and I was in my J. Cole moment. I was literally thinking I had Drake's life while I was running. Like,
real?
I was like, I had everything, everything, you know. But in
Yeah.
my head, I'm just like, I had everything. Like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna have a whole, like, every song. You know how they have music videos? I wouldn't copy their music videos. I would make the song a music video of how I would have done it.
Oh, okay.
You don't know, like
Okay.
it's not a parody. Can it be funny?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not really a parody.
Okay.
Like I don't know. Like, there's some songs that J. Cole has, like that Climb Back. He
Yeah.
better, like, there's the way you could do that, the way you could sell that. I'm sorry, that's my song.
Yeah.
I'm a J. Cole
Yeah.
fan.
Nah,
Like,
and they're rare out here.
oh
I'm not
yeah.
gonna lie.
Oh
J.
yeah.
Cole fans, like, people I don't know why they
They are rare.
appreciate J. Cole just because he's not. I don't know, bro. See, when you a free thinker and shit like that, when you are on like a different spectrum from
Thanks.
people who are like, like people who are like quote unquote dumber down, like, when they listen to certain music, it's a whole different perspective. You know what I'm saying? And he's catching a whole different audience, and they're all thinkers, bro. So it is a few of us out here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, enough for us to fucking band together and do shit, but not enough for it to get the masses to fall around because they're so brainwashed into thinking like, you know, whatever.
Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Like,
Tekashi's the worst fucking artist around, bro.
he is.
Like, I don't care if this dude
Bro,
makes good
none-
fucking.
there is
No, okay, he doesn't
no.
make a good music. I don't
I'm
care
sorry,
if this
none of
dude
those-
fucking trolley ass shit for attention, bro. That shit gets old after a while. And all his interviews on the Breakfast Club, bro, was so freaking cringy, bro. And it's just every time this man talk is so cringy. It's
Right?
just like
Like,
I don't understand his appeal.
hold on.
bro. I really don't
I
understand. his
want to
appeal.
show you something. Thank you for reminding me. I'm so glad we brought up this topic. Jay-Z.
Because he goes there trolling people like Kendrick
on.
Lamar. Like, this dude got a fucking album that's in the fucking Harvard University of
I'm going to show you.
fucking music, bro.
All right, so this is Jay-Z at the studio making the Black Album, right? It's a 23-minute video on YouTube.
Okay.
You guys can check it. It's literally, this is what it's called, guys. Jay-Z at studio making the Black Album. Check out what he talks about. Now, mind you, when was Tekashi 69? Like 2019, 2018, right? When was the Black Album out? Here, let me go ahead and Google the Black
Well,
Album.
you about to show me some Illuminati shit, bro?
Yeah, I'm
That's
gonna
some
show you.
Jay-Z
No.
conspiracy
I'm
shit.
gonna show you exactly what Jay-Z said.
Oh, that it was just some
And when
some
his song "The
foreshadowing
Eagles,"
shit.
foreshadow. Dog.
Okay, because
He literally
I-
painted Tekashi 69 on a silver platter without even knowing Tekashi 69 back then.
that's
bro.
crazy.
Oh, I'm so serious. Look, all right, which is when was it recorded? Released November 28, 2003.
Okay, yeah, that's way before.
So that's 14 years. Okay, 2003. I'm not gonna lie, I was in elementary school. All right, so this is back. Now hold on, let me find it. Right here. So it's this guy. He starts talking about like, oh, you're talking about crime. Oh, but you know, you're fascinating with crime, you know, like, you know, because they listen to your music, right? This is his argument. Can you hear?
Nah, you got to turn it up a little bit.
All right, hold on. Hold on,
right.
give me a moment. I know how to do this. I gotta get a Bluetooth speaker. Hold on. I'll be right back. Give me a minute. You can go ahead and speak. You can go ahead and do whatever you gotta do.
All right, cool. All right, so while he goes and you know, let y'all hear the music, see what Jay-Z got to talk about. So one thing I kind of want to bring to the table a little bit, but it's on a whole. I don't know if y'all ready for that shit, bro.
Ready for what?
Where this whole conversation about to go, bro.
Bro, this conversation's been going everywhere. I'm loving it. Where you at? Sorry, guys. We're trying to add a Bluetooth device so you guys could at least hear. So I'm trying to give you guys. Come on. There we go.
Yo, have you seen the Nick Cannon podcast? You ever seen some of his stuff?
I'm not gonna
like some
lie.
of his guests, that come on there, bro. They
Honestly,
just a
no.
little crazy. They a little too eccentric in the sense.
Honestly, no. All right, hold on. My bad. All right. So, no, I have not listened to Nick Cannon podcast, to be honest. There's only a few podcasts I listen to be honest. And I really listen to it to laugh.
Okay.
So,
What are those?
so like, Two Bears, One Cave with Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer.
Okay.
They're two comedians. Those are, I mean, when you want to
Putting
laugh.
on the list because I've never heard of them.
Oh, I'll send it to you, bro. And they have a whole network of comedians. They have a
That's
whole
crazy.
network of comedians that are just funny.
Okay.
I listen to clips.
Okay.
So Bobby Lee's, I'll listen to clips. Andrew Santino, I'll listen to clips.
Okay.
The Fighter and the Kid with Brendan Schaub and Brian Callen. I'll listen.
Damn, you really into this shit?
Oh, bro.
Okay.
T.I.'s Expeditiously, I actually listen to.
Okay.
Anything that Charlemagne does. Charlemagne the God. Anything he does.
Bro.
I'm not gonna lie. Anything that dude says, Donkey of the Day,
all that, man.
and the only reason why I listen to the Rumor Report is just to hear him. I am not gonna.
Bro. Okay, without Charlemagne the Guy on the Breakfast Club, no clap. Nothing against DJ Envy.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? None against DJ.
No, he makes the show.
He makes the fucking show.
I honestly, that's and it's no, because I actually like DJ Envy, and I do believe that.
Yeah, none against Angela Lee.
And nothing against Angela
She's
Lee.
actually pretty good at her job, bro. She's good as fuck, bro.
She's really good, actually, but I don't think that she's like, they're all good. I think Angela could go off, do her thing. I think Charlemagne could definitely do things with Envy.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm sorry, Charlemagne's becoming, at least he's my Howard Stern.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Okay.
He's my Howard Stern.
You know what? I could agree.
You know what I'm saying?
That, man, because when he talks, bro, like
I listen. And
exactly.
I love it. Yo, you know what? It makes my ego go even, like, he builds up my ego in a sense when he says, all the craziest people come from Bronx and all of Florida.
Yeah.
When he says that, oh my goodness, I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it, man. Like, I'm like, oh.
And it's so funny because, like,
I want to have him on the podcast.
Bro,
oh my God.
That'd be dope, bro. That'd be a good dope, bro. That could be a good feature.
Throwing it out
there,
there, throwing it out there in the
universe.
universe. Manifesting that.
Eventually, man. Eventually, you know what I'm saying? Putting in that work. But it's so funny that you said that because, like, I live in Florida, right? And when people say shit, and I was like, wait, what you guys talking about, bro? And then it's like the Florida man do this and that. Because you're so because since you live here, you already grow up with all the crazy shit, right? So you think it's a norm. So when people actually say Florida's a thing, and I'm like,
Florida's a thing, bro.
Yo, that shit is freaking hilarious.
I don't know if it's in the water. I don't know. Florida's a thing, bro. I'm not gonna lie, but Florida has a lot of things that I'm not gonna lie. I'm starting to admire. I'm starting to admire the nature side of Florida.
Okay.
I'm starting to admire the nature side of Florida, and I'm starting to admire the beaches a little bit more. And actually, I'm actually starting to admire the history of, like, Central Florida, Orlando and Kissimmee, like with the Indians and the Gators. So, like, a lot of those nature walks and everything, I actually do read those info centers.
Yeah.
Do I remember them? No, but I do read them because it's like, oh, nice.
It's a good, interesting fact, man, and it's just add to the experience. You know the significance why you're there.
The significance of why I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I've been out of my phone and just looking at stuff like that and just seeing the significance of things.
That's good, man. That's good, man. Because you're feeding your brain this type of energy, this positive vibration, bro. So you're gonna connect with that frequency, man.
Definitely.
And that's the way. Like everything's a balance, bro. It was wild, bro. Because on Halloween it was a full moon.
Yo.
So the energy that night was so. Yo. I'm not gonna lie, it was weird in a way, but it was like on a high type of shit. You feel me?
Definitely.
Like,
definitely.
But when I said everybody was downtown, because we got there early.
Oh,
right?
you were at downtown?
I
was thinking about it, but we went airboat riding.
You know what?
Yo, yeah, everybody was at the club, yo. Everybody was like, yo, getting popping, drinking. Yeah, we went airboat riding. Oh, you went nature. You saw gators? Yeah. Yeah, I saw gators.
Know what? Because you were probably...
You're in Florida. You see them all the time.
Florida man goes airboat riding. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my goodness.
You probably safe for doing that because, all right, so when we left the strip club, we went downtown, right? And downtown, we got there early, so it wasn't packed yet. So we were walking down Wall Street. So then, maybe around like 12:30, 1:30, like streets started getting real crowded, bro. And I'm starting to feel uncomfortable. I was like, we in the middle of a pandemic. Yo, so I put on this promo mask for Cody Banks for his song Blah Blah. So I put that on and I'm just walking down the street. And I was like, yo, we're really like shoulder to shoulder, bro. And the more I'm starting to walk downtown, the later it gets, the more packs it gets, bro. The more I'm like, yo, I can't do this shit. Honestly, I'm not trying to catch COVID. People want to call it a hoax and shit like that. You could take the middle finger up the face, especially to all the nurses and people who already see the shit on a daily basis.
It's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So,
but that's why I've been running outside to get that vitamin D, because vitamin D actually kills it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah. People who have like a good immune system to do it, then you're fine, bro.
I even got the supplements too, so I'm taking vitamin D and natural, so it's like bam bam.
Yeah, that's and you do build like a natural, over time immunity, like
a tolerance to the sun radiation. Yeah,
not even the sun. I'm talking about like the virus itself.
Oh, the
like,
virus itself?
Your antibody. If you know us being in the age like the group age that we at, like our antibodies
Can
do.
fight it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you do have like a immunity to it for a couple of months.
No,
right? And
I
everybody's
bet.
different. Some people could be up until like
No,
6 months.
with
you know
your
what I'm saying?
fasting,
With-
your fasting, I bet your immunity is battling them like
Well-
how do I say it? Like a chess master, like a uniformed army.
So
Because of all the fast food I've eaten in my life since I was 14,
just stay away.
my immune system is battling it with like
Here's the thing.
fat ass ISIS people, just like what?
Yeah.
Like COVID don't even want to come. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, they don't even fight fair.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. No, see what you got to do. Like, no, but in all honesty, just
We can't get an attack in.
bro. They, yo, no, but people who really want to think about their health and like how long you just want to, live, it's like you got to just stay away from processed foods.
Oh,
like
yeah,
I know
definitely.
it's for some people like who kind of build a,
That's the one thing I like about
addiction,
here. Around here, we have what are they called? A produce, and they have live. And there's a farmer's market that sells grass-fed
that's dope,
beef.
man.
Yeah, that's what I do.
get,
I'm a carnivore. I'm
You
a
got-
carnivore.
honestly, you need that protein, and you get
That's
you get
all
some of it from meat.
That's all
There-
that's all I eat.
The only thing I'll do like for shakes, I'll go straight vegetarian, like not like soybeans for the
Soybeans
protein.
and stuff
Because
like that.
honestly, it tastes better than the non-fat ones. Like they use a byproduct from fat,
Yeah.
from like the milk, right? So it's still milk, but not to the point where like. Cause I'm lactose intolerant, bro. I can't do whey protein, concentrates, isolates. No, I can't do that. Right? So I have to switch my protein intake. So I've been taking the ones that aren't using those byproducts, like metrics and like stuff like that. And then there's a plant based one. It's made from soybeans. I've been trying that, and that shit tastes so much better. Like
I
it's so
bet it
much
does.
easier to chug. Like
Oh, I bet it does.
honestly, I can actually enjoy it.
Yeah.
So when it comes to like supplements like that, I'll go like straight, plant based.
Okay.
Yeah. So I thought those taste a little bit better. So like and then I work at like the 24-hour fitness, right?
I
So,
love that gym. That's
I love
the
it too,
best
bro.
gym.
It's
I
so-
play
it's-
basketball. I got the membership just to play basketball there.
For real?
I'm dead ass.
For real.
And I
Their
played
courts
all
are
the
nice, bro.
time. Oh,
So
and it's
what I
on the
like about that
second floor.
gym though, like they have a heated pool. You can run laps in and shit like that. See, I haven't gotten to that shit because I'm worried about people like spitting in the pool. You swimming, that shit get in your eye. Like next
Nah,
thing,
man, I'm not
like-
gonna lie. The chlorine there, no, in the 24-hour fitness.
See, but I know chlorine kills it, but it's at the same time it's just like
Yeah, it's understandable.
you know what I'm saying. It's just like it's a
Yeah.
public pool, and I have a thing against public pools. That's just me in personal. I feel like it's just a swash of like people's
I
shit.
get
you
it,
know
bro.
what I'm
You're a
saying?
monk. You're like monk leather way. You're good. You're good.
Yeah, man.
You
But
just
it's
have
all
a thing for
it's,
public
it's
pools.
just all that. Fuck that. And it's not because
Everyone's intermingling with germs, and some kids peeing on the pool.
If I could be in a bubble all my life at a pool,
Oh,
I wouldn't do
definitely.
it. But
You got a mom like fucking leaking of breast milk all in the pool and stuff. Someone else is coming.
yeah, people pissing. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I fucked in a public pool before. So,
No wonder you have a disgust for public pools.
left the condom floating in there. It's like, all right.
Oh, you disgusting.
It got too
Bro,
far.
you gotta go raw. No, I'm just kidding.
It's something about like I believe there's a thing where it's called like water friction burn.
What?
it's wet, but it's like it's like you ever try to water bend with your dick?
Bro, I've had sex in pool water. Yes, I know what it feels like, and
Yeah.
yes, it sucks.
It's just like wait, what the fuck?
It's like you're taking a cheese grater to your dick, to your shaft, and you just. That's all you're doing.
What like chlorine water doesn't work well as a lubricant. I'm sorry,
Oh, I'm
it
not
just
gonna-
doesn't,
It
bro.
just
doesn't.
not. Your
I
saliva's
heard-
way better.
yeah,
Just get her on top of the side of the pool.
Exactly.
And then just work your magic there. Maybe even on the stairs where you could at least get the ball sack cool while you're like you get this ball smack like you're actually doing something on the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
some shit like that. I'm sorry, I fucked up that joke. Oh my goodness.
Oh, man,
So
this
all right,
shit's
back
funny
to the
as fuck,
Jay
bro.
Z on the Tekashi because I really want to see
go
if I could be
back
able to
and
get
play
this.
that, man.
Oh,
people in the hood do crime. If you're gonna do it because you want to do it, but then like you don't help them. Like you're saying that you sell drugs, that you got a gun, that this, that.
My moms are not. Yo, nigga, it's all good. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? More so now.
You tell them the downfall of whatever good.
Yeah, the evil.
Yeah, the bad side of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's heaven and then there's hell, niggas. Yeah. One day you cruising in the 7, the next day your alibis ain't matching up. Bullshit catching up. You hit with the Rico, they repo that vehicle. She was all good just a week ago.
Okay.
About to start snitching, ain't you? Ready to start bitching, ain't you? I forgive you. I forgive you. Hustling just ain't you. Aside from the fast cars, honeys that shake their ass in bars, you know you wouldn't be involved with the underworld dealers, carriers of Mac Millie, East Coast bodiers, West Coast caterpillars, little monkey niggas turn gorillas. These are my rhymes, B.
This
is my first album.
Damn. That was.
You heard that, right?
That described him to a point.
To a point, exactly.
And you know what? And it's not only him, bro. If you look back,
I'm sorry we're talking about this still, but it's been a minute.
It's all good, man. Because like people just need to hear and just have a different perspective of like what's actually going on, right? Because everybody's reality is a little different. Like, how do you know what I'm saying? Everyone. But just to relate back to that verse from Jay-Z, if you look at some interviews from Tupac, he even described how the industry was going to evolve rappers nowadays to where they're at. Like,
oh yeah,
he was, it was 6ix9ine could be. You could say he was talking about 6ix9ine that. You could say he was talking about Young Thug with that, with his dress wearing, fashion and stuff like that, purse carrying. You know what I'm saying? It's all, bro. But it all relates to. That's why I say I want to study psychology, because it all relates to how people perceive stuff. So if you're subliminally, a rapper, you have an icon that's promoting a masculine black male as feminine. What do you think it's telling that society to do, right? Like you could, and then
like when Jamie Foxx and Kevin Hart had to wear like a dress, like the
reason why Dave Chappelle walked away from a show on top of certain shit, or he realized that certain racist jokes made a white person laugh harder than it was supposed to be, kind of thing, and feel uncomfortable making that joke. It's stuff like that, little stuff like that that Hollywood. I do have Netflix.
So I'm guessing you watched David Letterman with Dave Chappelle. My next guest is. Oh, you didn't see it?
No, I don't think I've seen that one. Oh. No. I watched all the Dave Chappelle specials. I watched those.
Okay.
And those are some real political shit, bro.
Which one was your favorite one?
It's because I'm a little buzzed. I can't really. It's okay. So it's the one where he was actually describing the founders of the United States. He started off the show with a political. It was like a American history joke, and I think it went over everybody's head, because this is what he said. He's talking about how he's not good at impressions.
Oh, the impression joke. Yeah, I know. All right, guys, everyone, it's Sticks and Stones. It's the one where he goes. Go ahead.
Yeah, so
he goes.
Go ahead, man.
He goes. This is my impression of George Washington creating the Constitution. Shut up, nigger, and finish that Constitution. Some shit like that, right? Yeah,
exactly.
Oh my god,
right?
That was so funny. That was the most hilarious shit ever.
It was so great. But do you
after one,
bro? But no. Let me talk about that joke though. Anybody know what he says when, like, why is George Washington telling niggas to write the Constitution? Did that everybody that went over
everybody's head? Apparently, they actually did write the Constitution.
Well, yeah, our four founders were from, most of them were from Moroccan, bro. Mm-hmm. The United States is actually an extension of the Moroccan Empire, and you can find that in the articles that was written before our Constitution, right?
All right, go ahead.
So a lot of people think George Washington was the first president. And there's a lot of scholars who debate he wasn't, because George Washington was made the first president in 1789 in April, something like April 30th, right? And the Declaration of Independence wasn't signed until 1776. How could he be the first president of a United States if that articles written before that. So who was in charge at those 13 years? So people out there, so scholars think it was this.
It was British.
It was okay. People, okay. Moroccans, there's Moroccans who migrated to the British Empire.
Yeah, there were some Moroccans.
Right.
Correct.
Okay,
correct,
so
correct. I see what you're saying,
okay,
the lineage,
so right,
because
the lineage.
British Empire was trying to gather everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but let me relate. I'm gonna relate back to why you're right. It was British, right? But I'm gonna relate to why, because the first president that was in charge, because the commander in chief and the person who preside in the the Congressional Congress at the time for the 13 colonies. They had their person who presided. The word president comes from someone who presides and actually did a lot of the presidential work when it came to the politics, the money, all that other stuff, delegating those issues. All right, so the first president that the scholars admit to or point to that actually run the country was this guy named John. What was it? It was John Hanson. John Hanson. He was a Moor. He was a more kind of similar to like a complexion of like your complexion or Obama complexion.
Mm-hmm.
He had his father was Moroccan. He had Oriental.
Former president of the
Congressional
Continental Congress.
There you go,
there
Continental, because it was the 13
Congress.
colonies at the time.
He was a merchant and a public official from Maryland during the era of the American Revolution. In 1779, Hanson was elected as a delegate to the Continental Congress after serving in a variety of roles for the Patriot cause in Maryland.
Right. So this
nice.
this is a mixed guy. He has black, white, European genes. He has Oriental genes. He's someone you could compare to a complexion of like Obama, right?
Okay.
So like think about that. How ideal to be the first president of the United States, a place that's a melting pot of people, like to actually represent that. That'd be fucking awesome. Why don't they teach that in American history? Because it's a code. Because they said George Washington chopped the cherry tree. The cherry tree was a symbol of the Moors back then when they were in that congressional group. So it's all history, man. It's all history, and there's also proof that most of the founders were Moors as well too.
Were Moors,
right?
Okay.
Moors relate back to the Moroccans who traveled to Europe and help establish the foundation, the pre-constitutional way they ran the government at that time, before the Declaration of Independence and before they switched the Constitution to the one that we follow now.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
Oh, this goes
They
back.
say he
the Moors go back
deep, man.
deep.
So they say he ran for president. Like the presidency was different. Like it was just like through the group of congressional Congress, they picked someone like that to preside, and then the commander in chief was a separate thing. They didn't become one thing.
The lineage goes back to the Moors.
Yes, the lineage
wow.
of America. Yes, of America.
Damn.
It's an extension of the Moroccan Empire. You could look that up.
Empire, yeah.
You could look that up.
Cow.
This is actually documents you could find. There's actually a book out. I'm gonna try to send you a link. Can't remember the name of it right now. There's a book out that actually talks about that. But
damn, for real?
Yeah, that talks about the whole setup of the Constitution before they basically the new
right
Constitution.
Here, look, check it out.
Yeah,
and argue that 1780s. All right, so Moorish Americans following the blend. Here goes. Some followers also claim to have roots in America that predate the United States and argue that a 1787 treaty with Morocco exempts them from the American laws. Oh,
yep, exactly. And you find anybody from Morocco right now. They have this as basic knowledge.
Wow, it says it. Look. Have roots in America that predate the United States. Right. So that's crazy.
So they pretty much, it's an extension of Moroccan Empire.
Makes sense. Okay.
And the United States is just,
But remember, America was built. It wasn't born. It wasn't like, it was built.
It was built.
It was built.
Yeah. Yeah. So
in evil ways, but America was built.
That's just a harsh history of it, and that actually points back to why people have why the human species has this slave mentality, right? you could date that back to the Roman Empire when they captured their. That's just a war thing in period. When you captured the enemy's territory, you destroy their shit. Like some of them pillaged, they raped their women, they captured them, used them as slaves.
Yeah, bro.
You know,
There's
see,
still
that was the thing.
slavery here in the world,
See,
bro.
so now it's like modern days like sex slaves, right? So why we have such this fascination with slavery? It dates back to an ancient group of civilization that lived at the tip of Africa.
Can I ask you a question?
What's good?
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but since we're getting to this topic and I get a little anxious, you don't mind if I smoke a cigarette, do you?
No, not at all,
All
bro.
right,
Go
perfect.
ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Go ahead, keep going. I'm listening.
All right, so basically, it goes back to an ancient civilization at the tip of Africa, because you know the Sumerians, right? You know they're one of scholars could agree they're one of the first advanced civilizations.
They were
You know, in ancient
one
history,
of the
right?
advanced. Well, technically, some of the Sumerians, but remember, was it the Sumerians? Because
Yeah, Sumerians, and then you have the Egyptians. Some
the
people
Egyptians,
go.
yeah, because
So basically, Africa. Just pay attention, these different regions in Africa, and why Africa at the time, right? So this is just relating back to why slavery is one of our Homo sapien things to do, right? So I don't know if you guys heard about the Anunaki. You ever heard about the Anunaki? Deities from Sumerians.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. To be honest,
Do you think this might be a too deep conversation?
it's
for
not
you
that
right
it's
now?
a too deep, but you're treading waters because Eddie Bravo, who's on the Joe Rogan podcast, and you know Joe Rogan, they talk about the Anunnaki,
Yeah.
So you better. I'm just saying. I'm warning you.
You wanted me.
I'm just letting you know because people know their shit about the Anunnaki. People have been studying. Please tell me you're one of those.
Okay, man.
You're in that
So,
conspiracy.
I'm not. It's not even a conspiracy. It's just one of those things that
I gotta hear this.
You know what I'm saying? Because all right, so if this is what someone's profession to do is to study ancient past, and they come upon the Sumerian text, right, from an ancient civilization that lived thousands of years back. You know what I'm saying? Before our time. You have to think their experience before it was. You have to think about their perspective and
Right.
and how they experience things, right? I honestly think that ancient civilization back in the day was visited by some type of beings, whether they want to call them, because the Anunnaki means what, sky god or something.
Sky God. Let's see here. Let's Google it real
People
quick.
who are sent from the heavens. So if you want to think about that in just a scientific point of view, because we have telescopes pointing out to galaxies, you know what I'm saying? So who's to say something didn't visit us? So this relates back to the tablets that Zechariah Sitchin found that talks about Earth being the the seventh planet from the sun. The order was back. So you in perspective, you will count Earth as the seventh planet if you're coming into our solar system,
Correct.
not from it.
Correct.
So just for them to have that knowledge of space as an ancient civilization, be able to put it in hieroglyphics or wherever their ancient form of writing was.
Now, question. I want to pick your brain on this one. Let's go outside the spectrum. Do you think they were multi-dimensional beings?
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Absolutely. Because
Do you believe in that? Because I do too.
there's physics that actually supports the theory.
The theory of that. Correct.
Because we don't have. Okay, think about it. We as beings of the 3 dimension can only experience things in our dimension.
Correct.
So something that's 4th dimensional, in our perspective, will look completely different than what their reality is. Right? It's like looking at. For example, I could pick a good picture for you guys. If you want to, when you draw on a piece of paper, that's 2-dimensional. So you let's say we made a two-dimensional road. That's a line. If we're looking at it, it looks like a line to us, but someone who lives in that 2-dimensional plane, that line will look completely different.
Completely different. Yeah.
And the way they
They've done
interact,
shows.
the physics and the way they interact with that line will be completely different from our physics.
Correct.
So when people say
Can you imagine
Yeah.
oh my goodness, traveling?
it's just they believe that that's how different universes come to be and stuff like that. Like, just think about like how
big is it? And we're so small.
right. And but just think about it, how times in space just started, bro. From the Big Bang, a point of infinite energy. So, and we're all from that. So that's the source that we return to.
Exactly.
Because energy is never created or destroyed. So I do have this is why I grabbed, that's why I say I'm agnostic, because this is why I grabbed the belief of reincarnation, right? Because if your energy is never created, destroyed, and it just goes into one form to another, like, yeah, you as a person may cease to exist here, but your energy gets recycled.
Have you seen Avatar?
I've seen Avatar.
All right. Basically, it's Avatar.
Basically.
Like the way the tribes people view life and view like when they
that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
So
energy.
ancient, exactly. So ancient civilization understood that, and that's
that.
why they didn't pollute the land like we're doing now. They live with it
100%.
because they understand like we're stardust, right?
Exactly.
Everything in the world is recycled. So your existence becomes something else.
Correct.
So
correct.
and returns to that infinite point of energy that
Correct.
created the Big Bang.
And
right?
that's why
And there's this other thing too, like this dark matter stuff. That's something we can't see. So that matter might be from a different dimension.
A different dimension
and
too.
we just can't see it, but we know it's interacting with our universe in a certain way.
And we don't even know the numbers or the physics for black holes.
Don't either. And they say like, okay, so when something gets like, just think about black holes. They're so powerful that they could suck light in, right? And then like,
are you dead,
bro?
Immediately.
So they're saying you're stressed.
Do you think you're spinning, or do you think it's just a huge G force and you just?
Yo, so I watched an episode of that Morgan Freeman, how he was into the universe, or how it works or whatever, and there was an episode about a black hole and like the experience of going to it. Like they said you would be stretched from like your limb because the gravity is so intense.
Oh yeah,
it's pulling on your atoms.
Right,
you're pulling at an atom like atomic level.
Exactly.
So your body will get stretched and like you won't even be conscious enough to experience the whole thing, but it will get to the point where time slows down for you, and then it speeds up. But then it says it shoots you out as like material somewhere else.
Yeah.
They don't know where.
They don't.
You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy.
Like we don't know what's on the other side of that.
We
know what's on the other side. We know what's on the other side. Sorry for talking mad far. I'm kind of blowing the smoke away. But we know what's on the other side of this wall. We know what's on the other side of this fence.
So when I think about like so that's what I'm saying. So my mindset is different, bro. I'm not gonna say I'm woken shit like that. No, I'm just like I like feeding my brain different shit and looking at different perspective, right? So
you're leveling up.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm really loving that podcast name now, Leveling Up. I like that.
This is dope, right? You know, say level up on the you need one of those buttons. You could just say level up.
Level up.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, some weird little shit at the end of it. Yeah, I know, but just take it back, man. So like, when I think about the grand scheme of things, like the little shit we fight over here in our little rock that goes around the sun.
Oh my goodness! And I'm taking astronomy courses, so I know. Like I was looking at it, I was like, oh my!
It's such a waste of time when you want to think about like expanding the human race as because there are these beings try to teach us, let us know. But anyways, like, yeah, you could actually trace back our obsession with gold because that's what they think, the Anunaki came by to cultivate our gold, their life-saving gold.
That's their energy.
Yeah.
That is energy.
Yeah, that you could use. We use it now in technology.
Energy, yep.
Yeah. So that's why we're fascinated with gold as a human race, why it's so valuable, right? And why we had that slave mentality because man was made as a slave to gather this gold because they couldn't, they could survive on our planet, but to an extent,
Here's
it's
a conspiracy.
Different.
On gold, do you think because now our currency is not backed by gold because I'm guessing gold is depleted and that's why you see all these infomercials about gold coming in, right?
Yeah,
hey, we'll buy your
just
gold.
Just recycle shit that you sent in and melted, right?
Do you think we're recycling it to the alien race so they don't come and kill us?
Well, we gotta talk. All right, so we gotta talk about which alien race. Are we talking about the reptilians? Are we talking about there's different ones that visit. Just think about shit we don't know that happened thousands of years ago.
Oh my God!
And the way to describe it, the loss in that misinterpretation of the word, right? So I had a little small debate with a friend who's like he's religious and he's religious in a good way, but when it comes to like politics, he's religious in a bad way. So, anyways, we had this conversation about conception of life. He's like super pro-life, and I understand like pro-life views, but I always like to be in a gray area, in between. Let's go in between. So I gave him an ultimatum. I was like, do you think it would be better off if they came up instead of abortion policy, because pro-life wants to get rid of abortion rights, right? Why don't they just make a vasectomy policy, right? Those are reversible and they're less invasive, and they're a procedure that could be done, right? If he switched a perspective on that, right? Because I was trying
different perspective.
Because I tried to tell him, I was like, okay, so what's the? I was like,
but
so
I don't know how many dudes is gonna want to clip their nuts.
So then that's my point exactly. Like you'll see
and
that
you gotta apparently 3 months without ejaculating. Like I don't know. Especially with all these Instagram thoughts,
right?
With all these,
dude, it's gonna be hard, right? So that, so if you switch the perspective, like now you're telling men what to do with their bodies. Mm-hmm. You see the hypocrisy. I can't even fucking speak, bro. It's
the hypocrisy.
The hypocrisy, bro.
No, but you're absolutely right, because then now you're telling someone to change. Like I don't believe,
because like okay, so
here's my thing. If
I
believe in there should be a time frame within the pregnancy.
Right, there should be restrictions and like
time frame.
Right
now, honestly, if y'all females run that, y'all could do whatever y'all want.
Exactly.
Honestly, I don't care.
Exactly.
It's you. I'm gonna tell you. Like, I'm not gonna get a tattoo of you on me.
For
like,
real,
it's not happening.
Who's gonna tell you what to do with your own body, right?
Nah, you do.
But if
you do
everything's
what you
regulated,
want,
if everything's regulated in that policy in a safe way, and they have an option to it,
because there should
don't take away their rights to it.
You cannot tell me that there's science to change your gender, but then there's not science to help a female, especially in her life. Like, come on, man. Like,
if she's
like
struggling.
Yo,
and, you know what I'm
the
saying?
amount. But hold on. Why do you think the Me Too movement's here, man? The amount of females is like, oh my god.
And they always have this argument about it. It's just a 3% of rape case. I'm like, all right,
yeah,
dude,
right.
I was like, okay, it may in your eyes it may be a low count, but if you put that in mad perspective, that's still a lot of people.
Okay, here I'm gonna tell you this.
That's still a lot of girls.
You're absolutely
right.
You're gonna
tell and you're gonna
Put
tell
this
them they're
perspective.
forced to have
this
that
is
kid.
No. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this, Lola. In middle school, I was in middle school, right? I went to Meadowwoods Middle School, and I knew about 5 chicks, and they I don't know. I was a flirtatious. I was a lover, not a fighter. I was like wanted to be pretty, trying to figure out. My puberty was coming in, so my hormone. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be suave.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Right? Trying to be like I wasn't it, but I was trying to be. And remember, I came from a private school.
Okay.
I was in private school going into a
okay.
public school, so it's like seeing the same ugly chicks over and over, and then you go into a public school and there's hundreds of poo tang tang, hundreds. You're like, yo, this is a buffet. Like,
so what kind of
do I have to get in a relationship with these chicks? Can I just like, what is it? Can I get like that's my thought again. In middle school, I'm in middle school. Puberty's setting in. I came from a private school. All right, where you had to imagine your upperclassmen.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, she's hot.
And I had those uniforms.
Exactly.
You know
and then these chicks ain't wearing uniforms. You get to see their cute little toenails. They got their hair did. They got their titties up. And
apple bottoms.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, the apple bottoms was a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. And when Pop, Lock, and Drop It came, Pop, Lock, and Drop It.
That was at all middle school dances.
Oh,
if you didn't have that at your dance, you didn't have a dance.
You did not have a dance if you didn't have that song. Pop, Lock, and Drop It.
Everybody went wild on it.
Everybody.
Because that was the wave, bro. That was honestly wave,
That was
bro.
the jump. Like, you knew, like, you know, you always put these songs on, but then, like, that song, you knew it, bam, is gonna kill.
Bro. Yeah, kids nowadays missing.
But anyways,
out,
back to the story about that. Like, there was 5 chicks. There was 5 girls that openly talked about it, at least with me privately. I'm not gonna name their names or anything like that. Honestly, I don't even remember the names, but I remember it was distinctively 5 chicks. They said that, like, you know, they've been raped before and everything like that. Like, so that's 5 chicks in my middle school. Just imagine, okay? We're not talking high school and we're not talking elementary, just 5. Right? Now imagine how many chicks of them, out of those 5, out of like a school that's like 500 middle schools, right? And about 350 of them were girls. 5 of them said it, right?
That's
and
crazy,
then just
man.
imagine other middle schools.
Yeah.
So that's just 5 off the back of how many middle schools.
Yeah.
And then the ones that don't say it, which is even more when you know those types of cases never get reported.
Yeah, they and that's what they're not accounting for. Like it's just like okay, your
Like, that's
your
crazy.
numbers are just
That's
missing.
crazy.
I know it doesn't matter. You're just trying to take rights away. It's just an option. Like no one's saying like okay, at 8 months they could do it. Like if they are, that's kind of fucked up, and that
See,
should
8
be
months. I don't think.
that should be regulated. And that's
I'm not
where
gonna lie. 6. That's it. 6. After
see
6.
some.
Because number 7. No, I say 6 months. You know why? Because 6
Okay.
months, 6.
Oh.
You have a chance to redeem yourself. 7 months, the baby's born. God is already in it. Because number 7, remember, God took 7 days to
I
create.
got you.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So
That
you gotta,
makes sense.
You know what I'm saying?
That
So if
makes sense.
you look at it in that perspective,
Okay.
that's how I would look at it if I'm going religious.
See, anyway, as long as it for my thing,
That's just me going religious and trying to find a middle ground.
and
me,
that's okay.
I don't give a
and that,
fuck.
and
Do
that's
whatever
okay,
the
as
fuck
long
you
as
want.
as long as it's regulated in that point of way where that's what it is, and they have the option. Who's to say? Because I just brought the vasectomy thing in, and we guys thinking like, nah, fuck that, right? So it's the same type of mentality. She's just a woman, so
Correct.
you know what I'm saying? And it's a life in it's a fucking egg and a sperm. So if you just prevent one from doing the other, you wouldn't have that issue.
Yeah, and
but they have to.
Here's what's worse. And here's what I don't think gets accounted for. Women that can't have kids, right?
Mhm.
And yet they're in that age where they should be having kids.
Yeah,
You know, insurance doesn't cover that.
I didn't know that.
Insurance doesn't
Yeah.
cover. So if you want to have in America, if a woman wants to have a kid, it's like getting plastic surgery. If you want to have a kid, the insurance won't cover that. Ain't that about a bitch?
That's crazy.
That's messed up.
See,
And you know what I'm
see,
saying?
and
And that's
it's
a small minority, and it's not talked about.
yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm
Yeah.
not trying to be a man feminist here, but like, I'm sorry, like I do, because can you imagine? Like, I want a kid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But not now.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
podcast is just bumping and grumping, and it looks like I'm gonna be clubbing a lot with money over here. Come to my Florida Basement podcast.
For real, bro. Maybe it's gonna have some crazy ass.
Oh my goodness, it's gonna be fun.
Crazy ass
It's gonna
shit,
be
bro.
fun, but I don't know, man.
I've
I've said my piece with it in the sense of
it's such a tough, it's a
It
tough
is
subject
tough.
to talk about
It is
because
a
it's
tough
just
subject.
like just give them the option. Like I don't want people going out there just killing a life for stupid shit, right?
and then who's to say it's a life though? That's
Yeah.
the one thing. Who's to say? But technically, if you really want to look at it,
Life
everything's
is
a
concept-
life.
yeah.
Life is everything. Life
Life
is
is
a tree,
concepted, yeah,
air, grass,
Right.
flowers, water, beverages, food, animals.
And-
everything is life.
And that's why I think everybody should just meet in the gray area. Just as long as it's regulated and it's an option for females to have, then okay. But don't take away nobody's fundamental.
I don't think you should
right,
take
man.
anybody someone's someone's right, because that's also freedom. Again, it's called freedom of speech.
Yeah,
But like there's certain actions you shouldn't take. Correct. Like you shouldn't
Right.
steal. You shouldn't murder. You shouldn't commit fires or anything
right,
like that.
Right.
But like your choice to do what you want with your body, no one should regulate that.
Yeah,
No
especially
one.
not the government.
and especially not the government.
Yeah, just leave it up to the states, man. Like,
No, not even leave it. But that's leaving up to the government.
Well, no, because you elect those officials, and they actually do. Okay, so a lot of people think like the presidential vote is the most important one, which is not. It's who you send, those delegates that you send to Congress that's going to pass those policies.
It's the people
Right.
that it's always the state government.
So-
you know, your district
Right.
attorney, your attorney general for your
so where
district,
you
your
want to be
mayor.
comfortable where you live at,
Mhm.
right? The federal government can only do so much against state laws because that's one of those things that the 13
Jurisdiction.
colonies, right?
Mhm.
That's one of the things that's for the founders of the 13 colonies didn't want to happen, right? So we make this new constitution, and you guys take over our we take over how we govern our states.
These are
That's why
these
they're-
are the official laws of
That's why
the
they're state
federal
rules.
of the
Right.
national. Then
Right.
you could determine how you want to run your state.
Right.
Correct. I agree with that. But the reason why our founding fathers did that, it was because they don't want any one particular government to have absolute power,
Control, right.
to have absolute control. That
Right.
is the one thing. That's the one thing they were smart, but I don't think they didn't account for information to be out like now with social media and everything.
Yeah,
like
well,
that.
exactly. They didn't account for that. But
And not only that, our government is slow. They're slow to adapt. Why do you think China is right now the way China is? Back then,
Yeah.
you didn't hear China like you heard them now.
That
You
you know,
didn't.
and that's absolutely true because Do you remember that?
They made policies that's gonna benefit them future because they knew where the future was heading. They knew where technology was heading.
Exactly.
So and they put their communist laws in place. I have a buddy of mine who could argue or debate that communist is one of the best government policies. I don't agree with that. I think freedom of choice. I'm American. I'm a patriot. I actually want to move to Texas. I'm being dead ass. I want to move to Texas. I want to get out of this crazy Florida thing. You know what I'm saying? I want to go to Texas. So, but like, honestly, that's to me that is one of the reasons why, like, I don't know, they're up. They're like, again, China's our rival. Like now they could buy us. They could tank our economy. They have invested interest in here. Real estate. They got mad real estate.
Yeah.
Oh
no,
my
it's true.
goodness.
So the game has changed.
The game has changed.
But dude, you brought up a good point though. So that's all right. But I feel like everybody needs to own a gun. That's one.
I do agree with that.
Everybody needs to
I
own a gun.
100% agree with that one.
Because the world's just crazy out here, and you always need to protect yourself.
You want to, if you guys really need to understand this, whether you believe there's a civil war or not, the founding fathers knew something like this would happen. So that's the reason why you have the right to own a gun. You should. Yeah. I know some people are going to say, yeah, but then they could track you. You know, the government's tracking. If they're already tracking everybody, why don't you arm yourself? Yeah. Since they're already tracking everybody. You know what I mean?
Don't
like,
make that excuse, man.
Don't make that excuse. That is not
That's
liberal. That is not conservative. That is not Democrat. That is not Republican. That is America. That is America. That is the Constitution. That is what we stand for.
Always stay strapped. Always.
And not illegally. I'm talking legally. I'm talking get yourself registered, understand your gun, your gun rights, understand your laws, and follow those to the T. And you will have, and just be polite. Did you? That's why Texas, they say an armed society is a polite society because it's like, bro, no one's polite. Yeah. Come on now.
Yeah.
Florida, you get polite people here and there.
But nah, it's
Disney polite. It's
tourist polite.
Hello,
polite.
how you doing? Hey, welcome to Disney World. Oh my God.
Let's take all your money and give you this bullshit experience.
Oh my goodness.
Waiting in lines.
Dude.
Unless you have more money to go past the lines.
Past the lines, and you still gotta wait in line because all the people that bought those.
Oh, you from Florida? Here's the Florida line.
Oh my goodness.
You got free parking.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's how that shit goes, man.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, no, but everybody has the right to arm themselves, and why not? Why not protect what's rightfully yours and exercise that right to have it? You know?
Oh, definitely.
I'm not saying go out there be a killer and want to flash and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely not.
But
I know what it is.
You know what I'm saying? You rather be in a situation where you know you could protect yourself or somebody in a situation where the government come here on. You know, you never know because I feel like the two-party system. I don't think it's gonna happen in our lifetime, but it's a possibility they get dismantled. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna lie.
What I'm saying? Like
there was, I was at a friend's house. I was at a friend's house and we went there. This was a long time ago, and this is when I started I was playing basketball a lot. So I was playing basketball a lot. So I went over there. We went to go pick up some. We need to go pick up some ganja, right? Okay. And he was like, "Yeah, man, I got a gun," because I think it was during when Trump was beginning to be in office.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was like, "Yeah," the guy goes like, "Yeah, man, I got a gun," because I don't know, I think there's gonna be a civil war. He was already thinking this 4 years back.
Damn,
so imagine,
that's crazy.
He's already thinking this, right? And he goes, "I bought a gun," and so he took out the case, he took out the, he unlocked it, boom, took it out. Once he took it out, the clip was gone. There was he took it out. He took out the clip, took out the one in the chamber. Boom, saw it, clicked it, put it on safety, and saying, "Yeah, yo, check it out." Boom, and he's like, "Yeah, you could touch it, but I'm not putting the bullets in it or anything like that." He was mad. And again, this was a Spanish guy. Yeah. Everything was good. He's Puerto Rican, but he said, "Yeah," and he showed us the gun license. He had 2 gun license in the sense of one for his person to carry, one he had the letter.
Damn.
He was showing us all that, and then he looked at it. I didn't want to touch it. I didn't want anything, right? So he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna put it back." He puts it back. He put the bullet that was in the chamber back in the magazine. once he put it back and did the cling cling, bro, the energy of the freaking room. The energy was here. You know, the energy was mid. Like, oh,
Damn,
cool. Yeah, we're chilling. He's talking about how he got it and like the registration and how long it took him and everything. Like, we're here. We're having a yo, he cocked that thing back, bro.
Yeah. Everybody was like, what the fuck's about to happen?
Oh, it was like an inception, bro. Oh my goodness. Like and then the boy that I was with that we went with, because it was his boy, not mine. It was his boy, my boy. He goes, bro, the energy in the room just went. I was like, yeah. And I was like, yo, let's get out of here.
See,
we do finish.
It's crazy.
The energy,
because
bro.
you know, okay, someone holding something lethal that can end your life.
And you in Florida,
right?
dog. Come on, man.
See, okay, so I experienced something similar, but I was in Texas. I was in probably one of the worst parts of Texas, called Fort Worth. Don't ask me why. I was there making money, but don't ask me why.
Don't ask me why.
So long story short, I met up with this Puerto Rican dude, and he was on parole for some shit. Anyways, he used to work at this trucking business, so that's why I got to know him. And this other dude brought a Glock to that shit, right?
What?
And I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "You bringing a gun to work? Like, what's wrong with you, man?" And
But it's Texas.
it's Texas, yeah. That's just fucking crazy. So he gives
it felt weird because it's like you never seen that before.
He clocks it and gives it to me.
Oh,
so I could shoot it. So I'm like, damn,
shoot it where,
bro? At the job, bro. So there's a big trucking company. So they got like random trees and shit.
Oh, it's a big. Okay, I see what you're saying.
So I'm like, all right, cool.
So to shoot it in like the tree or something.
Yes.
Yeah, come on, bro. Say something. He's like, yeah, take the job.
So
take the gun to the job and shoot it. What?
So he shows it to me, right? He just shows it to me. He's like, and then I looked at it like,
they're
damn.
outside, guys. Here's the settings. There's a trucking company.
Right.
There's a bunch of trucks parked. Essentially, the trucking company is they are able to park their car. Or they're able to park their trucks. People have their trucks there, so that's where they pick up their trucks.
Right. It's a big lot.
It's a big ass lot, big open
basically.
field. They have it a lot here in Florida as well, where it's literally just grass and a bunch of trucks parked, and then there's trees, either trees or whatever. It's usually like that. All right.
Yes.
And
yeah,
oh
so he gives him his gun to shoot, bro.
so
It's already
funny.
pulled, and I was like, what the fuck? So I was like, I don't want to be a bitch and not pull it. You know what I'm saying?
Did you
I was
pull
like,
it?
I did.
How did it feel?
Bro, crazy.
Oh,
That
I bet.
when you have that and
I
then
bet.
that noise, bro, like it's
power.
I could see how you could get God drunk off of that shit. And you feel like that
Bro.
minute between life and death. Like you just know, like, yeah, that's just crazy. So
Oh my goodness.
so he pulls that out. But so this
Man, you know
bro,
what's funny? We're talking about guns, and dude, you have a shirt with a golden gun with a Catholic saint on it. Like, bruh, I love
Shit,
it.
it's
Check
dope,
out
bro.
the Instagram because I gotta show you that is the most hilarious
Yeah.
thing. Oh, you shot it
Yeah.
though. But how many did you shoot once? How was the recoil?
The recoil wasn't too bad.
It wasn't
like,
bad?
Nah, because okay, so there's some people who like to shoot like this with a handgun, which are fucking idiots.
Yeah,
They
you
gonna
don't shoot
your
like
eye out.
that. Yeah.
But just, and at the time I would say I was heavy. I was pushing like 150 at the time, 155.
That's heavy for you, bro. I'm at 185. Thanks.
No, I could be.
No,
be
195.
I think I could be heavier, like 160, 170. If I'm trying to go for like a classic, like physique or something like that, like a classic physique.
Mhm.
But no, I was that at my like that was my heaviest ever getting to like 155.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But this is bodybuilder up there who started at 135 and put on an extra 100 pounds. And this dude, I was like, that's crazy. It's unheard of. You can find his videos. But anyways, for me to shoot it with the recoil wasn't bad. For what gave me a sense of power, this was something fucking deadly, was that sound, bro.
The
That
sound?
loud bang.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? That loud bang, bro. My ears was ringing and shit. Like I was like, damn. That shit was crazy. So I was like the first time I ever shot a gun, and I understood the power with that shit.
You understood
So
it?
I was like kind of cool. I always be calm and collected around my situation. Like I did meet up with some people that were, like straight up into drugs out there and shit like that.
In middle
Yeah.
school, I had one interaction. No, in Puerto Rico, it wasn't an interaction. We were sleeping. I think it was for my uncle's marriage, and we were sleeping. We were in my where my grandparents lived at the time. We were sleeping in my grandparents' crib, and it's the hood, bro. Like concrete.
Yeah.
It's Puerto Rico hood. All right, and we're sleeping, right? All of a sudden, all I hear is bah, 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 bah. I wake up and I'm like, I wake up and then my sister wakes up and I was like, yo, it's just gunshots. Go back to sleep. And she goes, okay. She goes back to sleep because I told her the truth. It's like, oh, be careful. Like, I ain't gonna scare her. She's like, knocked us. Like, just go back to sleep. Right? So we went back to sleep. And then, like, I woke, and then we heard, I heard like 5 more shots. Pop, 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 pop. Right? I come out a little bit later and I see my grandma and we were talking and she was like, you heard the gunshots? And I was like, yeah, we heard her. I told Crystal just to go back to sleep. It's just gunshots. So you go back to sleep. Like yo, nonchalantly just said that. Like it was nothing. I know. It was so weird. Yeah. It was weird. I don't know what got into me. But then my grandma was like, yeah, no, she was in the balcony smoking a cigar. So she was like, yeah, I went down. Oh, you got to go down. You got to go down. Like, I was like, yo, I didn't realize that. Like, yo, this is real. Yeah. And she says, yeah, this happens a lot. And I was like, oh my God. Damn. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. And I was like, dang, I didn't know the fear until that. Like that right there was like, oh, this is
some real shit, man.
Like he said, you cruising with your people, your alibis ain't matching up. Bullshit catching up. You hit with the Rico, they repo that vehicle. It was all good just a week ago. Damn, I've heard it so many times. I'm sorry.
Nah, you good, man. Because it was crazy how they extorted him, bro. Oh, my goodness. It was so crazy. That whole story, bro. The whole story. They just used them. They basically... with 6ix9ine.
Oh hell yeah!
Fucking 6ix9ine, bro.
They
basically extorted the shit out of him.
I have a friend who backs him up. He's like, no man, like I was snitched too. They try to kill my kid. They try to fuck my wife and all my girlfriend and everything. I was like, bruh, yo, that was funny with the Chief Keef thing. The Chief Keef beef was pretty like that. And this is how I knew he was fake. And this is how I knew this was easy money he was gonna snitch. When he said. When first he took Chief Keef's baby mama to New York, right? Yeah. Right? Even Charlamagne said it. Charlamagne says, like, that ain't nothing. He just bought her, what, a chain? Oh, my God. You know what it would have been dope? If he would have bought her son the college tuition. Like, when he gets older, his tuition is paid for. Like, that's what Charlamagne's mindset is. Like, yeah, because 50 Cent already did that. And then he was posting up, apparently, on the block. Right, he was posting up on a block, and like apparently live streaming or video chains. Like, yeah, I'm on the block at 6. Like, I'm here, and blah blah blah. And apparently he wasn't there, and he was there with like a whole bunch of security people.
That's what he do.
Right.
That's what he do.
And then people were there at the time when he supposedly was doing it, and we're like, yo, he ain't here. Like, what are you talking about? I already knew he was a snitch.
Yeah, he was crazy. And then Charlamagne tried to tell him, bro, what's cool about that life? If you ain't about that life, you're just gonna get yourself killed. He tried to already tell him that on the Breakfast Club. And he not taking it into a hole. He's like, man, I don't care about these old ass niggas. He's like, he ain't talking about the old ass niggas. He's like, you living a life that you really ain't about.
I got so excited.
You know what I'm saying?
I usually do this when I usually light up an insight when I start a podcast.
Yo, that's dope, bro. You know what? When I had my whole setup when I was trying to do some streaming shit, I had some incense shit going. Like I had like this whole energy and feng shui and like going on into that, trying to channel myself to be creative.
Yo, when you gonna do it? Yo, that freaking Monster Hunter World Rajang Super Saiyan, that was the most hilarious thing. Is like when Rajang came in. All right, we're talking about Monster Hunter World. We and my girl Jigoku. Yeah. Jigoku fans, if y'all listening, shout out to y'all. Gil, Spyro, Cairo. What's the dude's name? Ichiro.
Yeah, Itchy. You talking about Itchy TV?
Itchy TV.
Yeah, fuck Brago. Shout out to Freddie. You know, we got some new members
Freddie, shout out. You know what I'm saying? It's Oba here. Oh my goodness.
Yo, we everywhere. We be playing Blaze Blue late at night too and shit like that.
Oh man.
Now we started some weeb shit like the Pokemon shit.
Oh, that's so funny. Like it's so funny,
bro. But I'm trying to get that right too, man. I'm trying to get that right because I feel like if I put some shit into it, like
I was thinking about
like a networking shit. Like people who really like to stream, because I'm not going to stream that often. But if I get a group of like people who want to stream for the guild, I'll go sponsor some shit for them. Like, y'all do some free giveaway, get some views and shit.
Oh, bro.
You know what I'm saying? That way they could, you know what I'm saying?
Don't gas me up. But the problem is,
let's establish one brand at a time, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's where I was struggling at. I was like, I need to just start somewhere first, and then I could put money into some other shit. You feel me? Yeah.
For real.
Yeah, that's how I got to do. That's how you got to move, man. That's how you got to move.
But nah, Monster Hunter World, man, Jigoku. I mean, yo, that video was funny. It's like, yo, you had different armor, and you like, like, yo, when Rajang came out, guys, like, like the fear in people's eyes, the fear in their voices in the voice chat, like, people would say, yeah, nah, I gotta fight Rajang. Everyone, good luck.
Fact,
SOS flare, bro.
For real. And you know what? And it was crazy to get bro.
Have fun. Oh my
that
God.
have fun part. And what Capcom did so beautifully is like, in order to get one of his rare items, you have to fight him again because you probably won't get it that first drop. And you'd be so mad, like, yo, I gotta fight this fucking monkey again, bro. This Super Saiyan looking monkey you had to fight, bro. He was like the hardest special assignment,
and it was
next to Rage of Bracadias, because
Do you remember when we were complaining about Diablos,
bro?
Do you remember those times,
bro? In like high rank, like high rank monster, yeah, Diablos. So I still hate Diablos to this day, honestly.
You want to know something funny? You want to know what was you want out of this podcast on Spotify? You want to know my most listened to podcast?
What's that?
Alatreon. When
The
I fought
one?
it, yeah, when we beat it, because I cried. I don't know if I told you this, I told you, bro. When I beat Alatreon, it was Gil, it was who was the other one? The one that's always on my it was me, Freddy. It was me, Freddy, because me and Freddy haven't beat it yet. It was Gil and the other one, the one that got all the freaking weapons.
Ryu?
No, not Ryu. All the weapons.
Was it Buttchug?
The white boy. No, he was in Jigoku Gods.
Oh, you're talking
the
about
admin for Jigoku Gods, which I was the head.
Dan.
It was me, Dan,
right
Gil, Freddy, and myself.
Dan. Yeah.
And when we beat it, bro, I cried.
That was a hard fucking fight. I ain't gonna lie. That elemental DPS check, especially if you didn't have like, because what it was, he'll one shot you with everything, bro.
Man. Bro, I had to go back to fight other monsters to get other pieces of equipment to try to beat him.
Yeah, he was, and you thought he was bad. Fatalis the same shit. But
really? I haven't faced Fatalis, bro. I'm not
no
gonna lie.
DPS check shit. You just gotta come there with all like raw, bro.
I want his armor.
His armor is actually one of the. It's like the
best.
meta.
It's the best one. Yeah, it's the best one.
You go back to high rank, you speed running shit in like 2 minutes.
That's what I want to do.
Man.
I'm not gonna lie.
You beat up in Diablos in like 2 minutes, bro. Like it's a game changer. I ain't gonna lie.
You know who I still haven't beat? The Ancient Legion. I still haven't beat him.
We go back and do that too. Like,
I still haven't beat him.
That shit's fire.
I don't know how long this festival is. I know I caught it mad late. I don't know if it's gonna go into November. But
I think it's still there. We'll see.
Hopefully.
I think it's November 5th, I think.
Oh my God,
I think you still got time.
Yo, but the grinding in that, like,
it's such a
grinding in that. Oh.
But they put out some events, bro. Like, they got this one with Farewell Zenogre. Yeah, all those Steam chunks. So you could just go to the Steamworks and just get a bunch.
You could get the Steam chunks from
from the carve. Just from carving him.
What?
Yes, you got to be on that, bro. You got to get on that.
I love
So people
the
mining that, and then they got the Brute Rex. You get all the armor spears. So if you need to upgrade,
the armor spears, yeah. Okay,
yeah. So you're missing on some shit that you can grind on, bro.
Much on
like come in there and just like, yeah. That's what everybody's been doing, grind on those two events, honestly.
Really.
And then anybody who needs to get Fatalis gear, like people join up and help you do that.
Because I heard it's a fun fight. It's one that's always different too. I heard it's different too. Is it? Like
you got a special assignment. So before you fight him, you gotta fight Alatreon again.
I gotta fight Alatreon. Yep, I'm there.
And it's a weaker Alatreon because all you gotta do is survive one judgment, and it's already on skulls, so you can kill it. So it's
really?
Yeah, it's like the attack is still there, but the HP is lower, way lower. Okay. So then once you beat that,
I jumped in on an SOS in that one and we died.
Yeah, so once you beat that, well, we can run that shit. We can run that shit easily. So once we beat that, then you do the special assignment for Fatalis. And you do it with the the A-list hunter? That guy named, what's his name, bro? Because he tells your name.
The crazy haired guy.
I want to say it's Adam.
Possibly.
Yeah, anyways. So, but he like dusts you the entire life. So like the entire fight, he dusts you with dust of life. What? So yeah, so you just so before you even get to a SOS, you got to beat that by yourself. Just get to the point where you could not even use a Dragonator, you could pin them down.
Yeah, that's the thing. What I was trying to do is if I'm gonna do that, I don't know if I should go in heavy hitting with my greatsword because like
bring great sword.
You know my great sword
bring
is.
great sword. Bring if you're whatever weapon you're comfortable with, bring that.
But I like the long sword. I like learning new weapons. I really
use
do.
long sword too, because I started using long swords.
When they nerfed
bro,
the bow.
I started having a good time using dual blades, bro.
Really?
Yeah,
I know. Dual blades
is
so fun, bro.
They're like twin swords. Man.
Oh my god, you feel like blade just.
Yo, and then running, bro. You got the ninja field
The
running back
ninja
with
field
the
running
demon
like.
shit,
Oh my goodness!
And then that slicing, bro.
And
I don't know.
Oh
I don't
my
know.
goodness.
Demon blades for me is like it's the most fun weapon for me.
Demon blades are fun.
Like I have
man.
fun with hammer too. That's like my main.
No, that's your main. That is your main.
But those dual blades though is coming second.
Bro,
best,
you know how many times this dude Money with the freaking hammer, with the freaking hammer comes in, heads up, boom, knockout.
For real, bro. KO on all those monsters. No, bro, running them sluggers.
Or
Bro.
how many times where I'd be like, where someone would say, oh, fuck, damn. And I'd be like, mounted, thanks. It's like, yo, this dude has a great sword and he's mounting motherfuckers. Like,
Bro, yeah, for real, man.
Oh my God. Yo,
Yeah.
we used to, and then Gil with his freaking conversation. I would love to have him on
You
the
need
podcast.
to have Gil on your
Oh
your
my
podcast,
goodness.
bro. You honestly need to have.
I
Gil on
want
your
to set it
podcast.
up because if we could do it over voice chat while playing Monster Hunter
You
World,
can.
I'm trying.
You know the new app allows you to get on voice chat on your phone now.
What?
The PSN app. Yeah.
Oh, I gotta figure that out.
Yeah. The new update
So
to the app.
it's better.
It's good. Some people having problems connecting with it, so I think it's better.
That's
off.
always been my issue with PSN.
I think if you connect with I don't know, Wi-Fi. I haven't tried it. I just connect to my PSN account. I mean, I got good Wi-Fi, so I don't really worry about that. So, get a Wi-Fi extender, man.
Okay.
That splits, so you have all that, wavelengths to yourself on a Wi-Fi extender, an adapter.
All right, I'll check it out. Figure out how to do that.
That probably help you out, man. Because I have roommates that game on the Xbox, I game on my PlayStation, so we don't really have issues like with connectivity. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, you can't. Yo, how many times? Like, yo, it'd be. Oh, man,
once in a
I'm
while.
so sorry, yo. Monster Hunter World. I've never laughed so hard, and I'm not gonna lie. That's the first time in a long. Yo, even my girlfriend. My girlfriend was like, "Congrats, babies!" Like, cause she knew, yo, staying up. Like she said, "Yo, you only slept for like 3 hours." I know, but I gotta be the late train. Like, yo, this, like, I need to. Like, I don't get it. Like, it was an addiction.
It really was. Like, I feel you because,
and I wasn't mad at it. I wasn't mad. Like, yo, when I was watching YouTube streamers and YouTube people complaining about Elytrian, I was like, what?
Yeah.
And I love the fact that I beat it before they nerfed it.
Yeah.
That's why I cried. I was like, oh my god.
Because now it's worth it, bro.
Now it was worth it. Like, I beat Elytrian before they did that little nerf or whatever they did.
Every time they do that, that's why I love Monster Hunter, because I can't sleep until I can't really have a good night's sleep until I beat it. If I might not beat it if I don't beat it that night, I was like, fuck it, man, I'm gonna beat it the next day. But it's always up until like 5. It's like, yo, I need to go to bed, bro. Like, fuck this shit. But
we had a little competition on who he beat me now, but we had master rank because I remember he was like, it was during COVID and whatnot.
Like the first couple
weeks he was
COVID.
like 30 ranks above me, and if ranking up is difficult. There's a lot of things that happen just trying to get your master rank. You gotta grind, right? And I started, and then he finally gets on. And I was like, "Hey, buddy, how you doing?" And it was even more funny. 2 days after I beat it, I was like, "Hey, buddy, I beat Elytrian. Want to go run it?"
For real, he was on all that. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Oh my goodness!
I was like, how to get like you was like every time I log on, he was coming closer to my master rank. I was like, "What the
every
hell?"
time, every time.
Like, damn,
and then
this
I
man
passed
really
it.
Yeah,
you
did. I was like, "God damn it, bro!"
And then you passed it, and then I was getting there, and then life.
Right,
life, COVID,
IRL,
everything.
IRL said like we gotta do some shit, okay?
Yeah,
you gotta leave the virtual world alone.
Life was like.
Could you imagine like how virtual gaming is gonna be?
Oh my god, yo, can you imagine Monster Hunter World in virtual reality,
bro? And like actually being in that game at those graphics, bro.
If only. Oh my goodness, man.
I cannot.
I'm sorry.
I cannot, bro.
Yo, did you remember when we played Monster Hunter World and we were in the Coral Reef, and then we found a section. We went up and we found a section, and just the fucking scenery,
bro. That shit was dope. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
Honestly, there was multiple times I caught myself just doing that little what is it? Avatar animation where you just lay down and rest and just look at the scenery.
Bro, they put that game well together, and I can't
Hell
wait for the
yeah.
new one to come out in like PS5. But they got Monster Hunter Rise, which I'm gonna try. Like that's supposed to be like
The intermediate.
yeah, like it's supposed to have world mechanics into that game
Okay.
with the and it looks dope as fuck. If you ain't
Really?
check,
I
yeah, it's
haven't
called
checked it
Monster
out
Hunter
yet.
Rise. Like I got a Switch, but I'm getting that game just because of that.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, it's for the Switch.
it's for the Switch.
Only for the Switch.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
that's Capcom do that shit where they show love to their Nintendo fan base.
correct.
You know,
correct,
like because
correct.
you know that's where the money's at. But
I'm sorry, I don't have a Nintendo, so
It's
you
all
lost
right,
it.
man. It's
Maybe,
all right, it's all
maybe later on, but
yeah,
right
see,
now,
I'm not even the one jumping on the train getting a PS5 when it's dropped. Like I was like, I'm not.
No,
I'm gonna just wait because I know because that's how I got my like limited edition P4. Like I waited.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? I had like the old PlayStation, but well, I
Like
had
if they come out with a limited edition Monster Hunter World PS5
for PS5 or something
it's
like
a
that.
wrap.
I'm getting it. I'm getting the bundle.
I'm
You know what I'm saying?
getting the
You
bundle.
gotta get the bundle. Get the bundle
Oh yes.
because it's more worth it, right?
Oh yes.
And then you could sell your other limited edition later, right?
Oh yes.
And like, look, I got all these games on it. You sell your account, make a new account on PS5. That's it. That's where the money's at.
You don't play Modern Warfare?
See, here's my thing with shooters. I do. It's just shooters get very boring to me after a while. After a while.
Yeah, I got you.
Like I could play for like an hour tops, and then I'm over it. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter World was the first. I'm not gonna lie. Besides, no, not even Twisted Metal Black, to be honest. But the first game that I spent hours
What's that?
was Monster Hunter
Oh,
World.
Monster
Like,
Hunter. Yeah. No, you
hours.
did it. You look,
Even when PS2,
bro.
even PS2, Tony Hawk. I played Tony Hawk a lot.
Tony
Tony
Hawk
Hawk
was-
Pro Skater 1 and
okay.
2.
I used to play some Tony Hawk back in like the P2 days.
Oh
man.
yeah, P2
That was
days.
that was like one of the things you had to have on your PlayStation.
You had to have
It was
Tony
like the Spyro, the same Bandicoot. Then you
Crash
had-
Bandicoot.
Then you had,
yep,
yeah. Then
Bandicoot.
you had the.
I didn't have Spyro a lot.
you didn't
I
have
did
the
have
Spyro.
one, but no.
Then you had like the Vice City. You know what I'm saying?
Vice City.
You had to get those GTAs.
You had to get
and
the
your Grand Theft
GTAs.
Autos. And that was it. Like I don't know what other.
San Andreas, Twisted
San
Metal
Andreas,
Black.
yeah.
I was a Twisted Metal Black. I was Twisted Metal fan.
That Twisted Metal.
Twisted
See, I
Metal
don't think
Black.
I got it. I ain't got into that. I didn't get into the Twisted Metal, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, you missed one of the
I thought-
craziest storylines from back in the day. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness! You can look at it now. I usually go reminisce. I go back to those
And watch
Twisted
it?
and watch all. Bro,
Okay.
watch it. It's crazy.
That's
Oh
cool.
man, the graphics were amazing too for back in the day. I was
That's
like,
cool.
yo,
That's cool.
dang.
That's cool.
Damn.
Yeah, man. And then like they had like we had like this Japanese Dragon Ball game where it was all the way up to Boo, but everything was in Japanese. You know what
Was
they were
it
saying.
Budokai?
It wasn't Budokai. Well, I had Budokai, but no, this is actually for the PlayStation 1.
Oh, the PS1, the
This was,
original one.
Yeah. and
Everything was in Japanese. You just had to press X, 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 X.
Yep. I can't remember that name, but you would fight and you'll do their moves and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
And it went up to the Boo arc. And I thought that shit was dope because they had Kid Boo in there, Super Boo, Fat Boo. Bro, they even had the boar, the little devil, the Majin Devil looking dude.
The Majin Buu. Question: Budokai 3 or Tenkaichi? Which one?
Budokai 3 for me, man.
Budokai 3
I-
for me too.
I wasn't into the 3D fighting.
You know,
I like the side scroller. That's me. I don't know. That's just my preference.
for real.
side scroll.
How old are you?
Bro, I'm about to be 29 in November, bro.
29 November.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
about to be
28 right now.
29. I'm about to be 29 in January.
Hey,
bro.
that's what's up, bro.
Snap.
Hey, we gotta turn up there.
Anyways,
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, Budokai 3. I thought Budokai 3 was the bomb.
Bro, the whole word. Okay, when you get into that clash and you had a on the analog stick, bro.
I know, right?
But that shit was dope, bro.
That was
the
dope.
scrolling, the fighting, the combos, and like
Oh
I
my
thought
goodness.
that was one of the best Dragon Ball Z games.
Heck
Because
yeah.
then you have to unlock fighters, bro.
Correct.
I wasn't into like, okay, I'll buy a DLC for a character, but back in the day we didn't have DLCs.
We didn't have DLCs.
You have to learn how
unlock
you have to
them.
learn how to unlock those hidden characters. You have to play the story through to get those little side through cuts so you could get those
different
characters.
costumes
Right.
and different.
There's a point on Namek in Budokai 3 where you could fight Frieza as Super Saiyan Vegeta.
Super Saiyan Vegeta.
And then you had to
yep.
unlock the side story for that.
Correct.
Just so you could fight cooler. You know what
Uh-huh.
I'm saying? Like,
you had to unlock side missions, but then if you unlock those side missions, other missions you can't do.
Yeah.
And so you had to go back into the storyline to
To
try
do
to
that.
find those
Uh-huh.
missions to unlock those missions.
And that was how you got those characters. Unlock those characters
on
for them.
Budokai 3. Yeah, I
Bro.
loved it. Yeah, when they're in the world and you're just flying around. Oh.
And then you have skill sets you could put on your character.
You had your dragon radar where you can find a dragon. Oh my goodness.
Bro, when I unlocked Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, it was a wrap for me.
A lot of people like Vegeta.
Bro, that green final, what was it? No, the green Galley gun or the final flash shit, bro.
Oh
that shit was so dope. Super Saiyan 4, hands down, was still the best transformation.
All right, since we could talk about, I'm guessing you like Dragon Ball Z.
Bro, I'm reading the manga. No,
reading the
I don't know
okay,
if,
so
if you want to talk about spoilers on here, we got to give out a big spoiler alert. But I'm not. I'm in the moral arc. But if you want to know certain shit, that's where I'm at. But if you want to talk about certain aspects of like power levels, like who's better?
Well, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at
okay.
in a sense of I don't know about more. I'm not into the mangas, but I have been looking at YouTube. There's a YouTube guy that
moral. Yeah,
when I have certain questions, I ask him because apparently in the manga that you're universe,
I'm in that arc. Yeah, for Dragon Ball Super.
Correct. For Dragon Ball Super in that arc, there's they get into other people's power levels. So then my question is so did Goku really go to Whis' father? I forget who he's called.
Oh, you're talking about the Grand Priest.
The Grand Priest.
No, that's okay. That whole you're thinking about Dragon Ball Heroes.
Most likely, yes.
That's not canon because there's no anime, there's no manga supporting that.
Oh, okay.
So it's that whole show.
That's a theory.
Yeah, that's
a theoretical theory.
No, that's not a theory. It happened in that anime.
Okay, in that universe.
Dragon Ball, Heroes. It's called Dragon Ball Heroes, which is a whole different timeline type of anime, and it's an anime made to promote a video game that uses collective cards in Japan.
Got it.
So none of that is canon.
Okay.
But Goku does go back and train with.
So he's still in the manga. All right, so let's go with the manga. I don't care about spoilers.
Yeah.
So in the manga that you're in right now, you this is where I left off. I left off at the Tournament of Power. Okay. Right, I left off at the Tournament of Power, and yes, I did went to that arc of Heroes because I would like to know because I remember when we said to Goku, he was explaining Goku's power, and it was this trunk that was cut off, and it was just a small trunk, and he's like, your Super Saiyan power is right here. The God powers is that big ass tree that Barris lives in, and, right? So you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. All right. So he was saying that. Now, when he unlocks Ultra Instincts, which is a lot of gods of destructions, they like it's hard to master
that technique.
That technique, and they're gods. Mm-hmm. But the immortal mastered that technique, and they all stood up. I remember. Yeah. They all stood up, and like, sorry, I'm getting chills, man. I love it. I'm passionate about. I don't know these.
Yeah, that shit. No, that
Dragon Ball Z. Oh my goodness,
it speaks to that soul. Man.
You know what I'm saying? You know it does speak to that soul, and like that's where I'm at. So like, my question is is Goku still training with Barris and Whis?
Okay, so yeah, it's a yes and no because in the arc I'm in, he does for a while he's not unable to use that power until he trains with Whis' younger brother, who is in part of the Galactic Patrol.
Okay,
so that's what the arc is going towards. Like a prisoner escapes from the Galactic Control, and he's an all-powerful being that uses magic to absorb energy from planets and shit like that. So that's like
he's evil?
He's evil.
So this is more.
This is Moro.
Moro.
Yeah, Moro.
He's the evil guy he uses magic and
to absorb powers.
To absorb power.
Yeah, so this is the guy Goku has to go up against. So when they first meet, right, little spoiler alert, when they first meet, like Goku's activated Ultra Instinct, but it wasn't enough because he's in a form called Sign, which is in the full Ultra Instinct, like he's with the black form. Well, it's black here, it's just the eyes silver. You know what I'm saying?
So it's still black hair, just eye silver. It's not full silver.
Right, it's not full silver. That's the final form that he's learning how to master. That's pretty much where he's at right now.
Okay. So he's still learning how to master that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna get.
So it was a fluke in this Tournament of Power
that he tapped into it, because
he tapped into it,
because he was pushed to an extreme. Because the Saiyans have they're like, that's where you have like the debate who's stronger, Superman or Goku, because Saiyans, their bloodline is a warrior race that break their limits from point on, but it has to be a limit or a ceiling for them to break. If there's no ceiling, they're not limitless, so their powers won't evolve.
Correct.
With Superman, he's a being that's described to have limitless power.
Okay.
Like, so even in like the DC universe, like he overcomes his weakness to kryptonite. You know what I'm saying? It's by training under like some type of sun to give him that immunity.
Immunity, okay.
So like Superman will always be limitless. So like he has no limit. Same thing with Saitama. Like he broke his limiter in fucking One Punch Man. So that's why he could overcome anything in that universe.
I watched one episode of One Punch Man and haven't gone back since.
It's such a funny episode. It's like, well, it's just a funny anime period, bro.
Is it funny? Okay. I didn't know what to think of it.
Because it's the first anime where you pay more attention to the side characters evolving and having developmental characters, like developmental things to make them better, versus the main protagonist, which is Saitama. He's like, oh, he one-shots everything. Okay, he's the strongest.
Real.
So you have to watch it for the side characters. And then you get to know how the powers come to be in that universe. So that's one of those. And then it started off as a webcomic. It's supposed to be like one of those gag comics. It's just funny. You have this one super strong character.
I'm sorry. It was just so funny when he goes, oh, I'm going to crush you. And he's just, okay.
Yeah.
Destroys.
No character.
And like no enthusiasm, just dry.
And that's and I think that plays into a theory that that's part of his power. Like he's so like overwhelmingly OP that he doesn't enjoy a fight.
He does not,
because he knows he's waiting for that one person, someone else to match that. But it's also another theory that he was like the number one hero, and like he lost his memory or some shit like that, or he just got tired of being a number one hero and just wants to be a hero for fun. So he created Saitama as a gag character to that universe. So, and it's crazy, like the way people manifest powers in that universe is over obsession of something. Something creates their power. Like it could be a suit that they wear or something that they're really into that manifests as a power for them. Like if you read the manga, like you get to get those little hints and stuff like that.
Got it.
Because it's like there's like a demon or like a demon class villain called Phoenix Man, and he was basically a kid's mascot that dressed up like a freaking parrot, giant parrot. And then one day, like he got fired from his job, and like he didn't know how to be anything but the parrot. So the suit like eventually became a part of him, and that's how he became this super villain with all this ability to reincarnate because he was a phoenix. Like it was so crazy.
That's
like,
very intricate.
Yeah. So there's things like that that people are so obsessive about. It goes into their power. There's like a hero that's called Pig God. He can eat anything. He's just obese. His power is just obesity. That's all it is, bro. Being obese.
What?
So it's a whole little universe that's funny in its own, but I kind of like it. It's entertaining, and the animation is probably well done. But yeah,
okay,
that's pretty much it, man. Like the most, like hands down, like to date, anime that I saw that's beautifully like animated right now, just for the new age of style, would be kind of Demon Slayer, like Kabatsu no Yaba.
I'm hearing a lot of people talk about it, or at least in like
because it
Instagram,
brings back like
Demon
traditional Japanese art.
Correct.
Frames, but animated, and that shit's so well done.
Really, Demon Slayer?
It's really dope. Hold on, let me write that down. It's really dope.
I gotta write that down.
Yeah, Demon Slayer. It's called Kabatsu no Yaba. It's like the Japanese saying for that. And a good person to talk to about anime would definitely be Gil. You ever get him on your podcast, man? Gil, he watches a lot of anime.
Really?
Yeah.
Demon Slayer.
Yep.
All right, perfect. All right. I'm not gonna lie, I've been watching a lot of sports anime, and I've been watching. So like, I watched the basketball anime Ahira Nusora, and I watched Kuruku no Basket.
Okay.
Both were dope. I've talked a bit about it on the podcast. The one I'm on now is the volleyball one called Haikyuu. Haikyuu.
See, I'm not into.
A lot of people are not into it. I'm a sports guy, but I just love.
I can see the appeal, but for me, I was just like, okay, it's just funny watching sports animated, bro, because the whole techniques they develop. It meets Japanese animation, bro. It's just like, I can't believe he sidestepped like that. What speed? And it's like, yo, it's just basketball. Calm down. You know what I'm saying? Like, that it's so funny. It's
Bro,
funny.
I'm
It's
so
sarcastic.
invested. It's so sarcastic. You're absolutely right. I'm glad you looked at it that way, but it's so funny. But I get so passionate. I'm just like,
Yeah.
I get fueled by that sometimes. I'm like,
See,
bro.
see, when I like watching anime, I like the weird shit, like the Attack on Titan where they play.
I was just about to say that Attack on Titan is one of my favorite animes ever.
Where they play a spin about like society and how losing their memory about shit and race. Like it's so retrospect, like how you could connect the stuff like that. So I like animes like that or reading mangas like that.
Okay, time out. I'm not gonna blow by this, guys. I'm sorry. This is just too good. This is just too good. What do you think of Attack on Titan? Like, what is your favorite, like, either favorite episode or one of your favorite parts? What are your expectations for season 4? Do you still understand season 3?
Okay, so
right, so I got a bunch of questions on this.
All right, so from a story standpoint, I think it's a very well written story, bro. Like it's so the whole thing about the walls of Maria being set up, the way
they were set up,
why the population in there don't have memory of what's outside the wall. Just talks about how like the religion sect knows the truth. They're being run by a false ruler, was crazy. Like it goes down to the bloodlines of certain royal families who do remember shit from the past. So it's just like it's them trying to prevent the repeat of history, which is a giant war between the Eldians, which is the race that have the potential to turn into Titans, and then the regular human race that don't. So like hearing about their history and how it goes back kind of relates me back to my research with ancient Sumerian and then like the Anunaki texts and stuff like that, and how like the governments of the world knows the truth, but they hide it from their masses because a lot of people aren't ready for that, and a lot of people are so like deeply rooted into their religion that people won't be able to handle that or break out that mold. It's just like that's like if people are happy being at that point, that's perfectly okay, but it will be a point in time in history that something that you didn't know existed will exist, and that's just gonna blow your fucking mind.
Who's your favorite character?
My favorite character in there, I will have to say Levi. Levi is dope as fuck.
Everyone, a lot of people.
Levi is dope as fuck. The way he did I don't know if you got caught up, but the way he fought with that fight between him and the Beast Titan was dope as fuck.
What?
That shit was dope as fuck.
Oh my god!
And that whole Anchorman bloodline. That whole, because Mikasa, she's part of that bloodline too.
She's part of that bloodline. She's related to him somehow.
Yeah, well, yeah, that whole like maybe a cousin
Ackerman.
Yeah. Ackerman bloodline, bro. They're related to Titans in a way without having to transform or something like that. So it's just like, because there's a manga that's like a prequel to Attack on Titan. It's called Son of a Titan, and it kind of explains how, okay, so Titans have the ability to shift if they hold the Titan power, right? One of the Titan powers, or they just be a mindless Titan if they didn't have it.
Mm-hmm.
So in order to turn to one, that's how the powers pass down. You have to ingest and get that spinal fluid.
Correct.
To be able to have that Titan power.
Correct.
So the way this prequel works is one of those Titans was pregnant with a human being, which is the Anchorman blood, where she came from. So before she died, she gave birth to the kid in her human form, but she still had the Titan blood in her.
Okay.
So she passed on some of the Titan super strength and skills, fast reflexes, and that became the Anchorman bloodline.
Wow.
Yeah. So it goes back to that point, bro. Yeah, Attack on Titan gets deep.
It gets deep. And how Levi got into the scout regiment. He was in the underworld, which I didn't even think there was an underworld.
And the underworld is actually the city underneath the wall of Maria.
The wall of Maria, correct.
It's a city underneath there. So
it's slums. It's
pretty much slums.
It's literally slums. It's bandits. It's Seattle. It's Portland right now. That's what it is.
The prequel manga, Son of a Titan, basically talks about the events that lead up to them inventing the ODM machine, which allows them to fucking latch around on the buildings.
Oh,
'Cause
really?
before they were fighting these Titans on ground.
They were finding these Titans on ground. Yeah.
So the ones had an Anchorman bloodline. They could fuck up the time, but it was still a disadvantage because they're getting squashed on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Because
Bro.
they didn't know it was how they find out how you kill a Titan from the nape when you gotta cut the nape.
This is basically how they're developing that knowledge. So this is
Correct.
pre-knowledge shit. So it's like it's crazy
and how you get attached to characters,
bro.
How you get attached to characters.
I try not to because I know at one point they could get murked, bro.
Oh my goodness.
They had a couple of characters in there. I was like, yo, this dude's a G.
Right?
I was like, yo, I will fight for this dude. You know what I'm saying? If he was a leader of my army, I was like, I will fight for this motherfucker.
Yo, for real.
I was like, this dude's a G. And then next thing you know, he's like, oh, he's going to make it through. I was like, damn.
Bruh.
You can't get attached to nobody.
Yo, like Aaron.
Nobody.
Aaron in the first one. Oh my goodness, man. It was insane.
People again, bro, Levi's original squad. Spoiler alert. If you haven't gotten to Attack on Titan by now.
Nah, you beyond late, homie.
Yeah.
Season 4 is coming out. I don't know. It's supposed to come out.
Yeah, this is some season 1 shit. So if you don't know,
if
by
you
now,
don't
that's
know,
on
but
you.
the way his scout,
original squad.
I just saw that episode,
bro.
I literally just saw that episode
by
2 days
Annie,
ago.
by the female Titan.
Oh my goodness, by Annie, yo,
bro.
Murked. And you were just nice. It's like, oh, they're showing Aaron the ropes and everything, and then it just, girl, oh my goodness. But yo, the mind frame that they had to be in the scout regiment,
Bro,
you got to be able.
They know they was on a mission already.
Yo, you got to be able to know.
But it's crazy because they were Eldians themselves, so they lived outside the wall, and they made everybody who came from the wall think they were devils. Like, so saying how history could be rewritten. And you wouldn't know about it because you don't know anything that happened before.
Correct.
That's why I kind of relate to it. Like, always know about shit that happened before.
Because
it would change your perspective.
And the only reason why they did that is because because other countries want their resources. Yeah, that's what it's for. Yeah, just for resources. That's it.
But if you think about it, I feel like bringing this to like a real life perspective. Anything outside Western like civilization, like Western influence, is different. They're influenced differently.
Oh, 100%.
Like we could go to a podcast in UK and talk about some alien shit because they love that shit out there, bro.
Oh yeah.
You ever watch Doctor Who, man? Like those Whovians.
Those
Whovians into space travel. They into alien. Like you'll meet a lot of people who are like atheists out there. Like people like just high thinking individuals. And then a lot of their population are like integrated, like you'll find a mix, like black chick, mixed like, white chick with curly hair, British accent and want to fall in love. You probably give them everything to become a citizen. You know what I'm saying? Like you find them out there because it also has a lot of Indian influence. You have a lot of Caribbean influence in Europe. Yeah. Just period.
Oh yeah.
Just historical wise, like it's more of a melting pot than the U.S. I'll say. So
I've been to Switzerland. This is such a gorgeous
place.
And
then the eastern side of doctrine and religion is more tolerant.
I think it's a great time. I gotta start getting ready for work. I think it's I mean, we've been going in.
Yeah, we've been going in.
We got over 2 hours. Where can they find you at? You want to promote anything? Where you can find Cody Bank? Who you want?
I mean, well, yeah. And shit, I'm just Money Moon Sniper, bro.
Money Moon Sniper on Instagram, Twitter.
On Instagram, but I'm just behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? When I start doing my stuff, we could come back on the podcast and we could talk about it. But right now, I don't really have anything but to promote. I'm just trying to put people on in the city. Have a networking thing. So, this is just showing love to my boy podcast. You're going to catch him doing bigger things out here. I'm sure of it. But we trying to get Cody Banks. He's the real one making moves around here. To get on your podcast, we could talk more about your music. Well, sorry, his music.
Yeah, where can I find it? We'll talk after. We'll definitely talk.
No problem, man. No problem.
Is he on YouTube too?
Yeah, he's on YouTube. He actually got some songs out there.
Cody Banks on YouTube?
Yeah, he got this one song called Robotech on YouTube.
Okay.
Check that out. And then another song called Blah Blah. But he got all his projects is out on SoundCloud. Just look up Cody Banks, you'll be able to find it. It's Cody Banks with a $sign as an S. So you go like Cody Bank dollar if you want to, Google search it that way.
Okay.
But yeah.
Definitely. All right. You heard it here first, guys. Florida Basement Podcast. Thank you for listening. Have a great day. Have a